Charge! Ah!
I'm back as grabbing a drink. Hello. Footer, hello. Oh, you raided too. I walked away. I was gone. But hello. Need some eep? That's good. It's only 6 p.m. though. But thank you for the raid. And hello Harry, hello Noah, and hello Matt. 1 a.m. for me. From you, okay, that's rough. Yes. Good night. I'll be starting just a minute here. I hit the stream button and then went to go get a drink. We're probably gonna work on. My goal was to try to get more Rarity, or get some of Rarity's actual motion done for the video here, because I've been working so much on the scene build for it. Oh, my mouse is almost dead. Oh, thank you for the file, Shadow Viper. We had a busy couple of days. We have our D&D session tomorrow, so I've spent a good bit of yesterday trying to prep for that, and I streamed today, and I think Thursday the new season for Gunfire Reborn starts, and I'm gonna probably play that. Yeah, I think they said the 5th. Yep, the 5th. I have 2 achievements left to get in that game, and they're all just like play these 2 characters and do things, so they're easy, and I've been holding off until the new season. That game does seasons right. You can do all the stuff in the season with like not even that long, and if you miss the season, you can just buy it with the in-game currency that's not real money. It's just like a resource that you can get, and it's not that difficult. I was able to get all the resources for all the seasons within like probably 10-15 hours. Like that's 5 seasons worth. Interesting way to getting new followers, Argo. What did I do? Oh, having the little dancing horses, and cheers, Rodkip. Yeah, well, I'm an animator, so it only made sense to make little corner things. So we have a bunch of them. There's also, if you do bits, there's like 10 or 11 different animations for it, all different variations of Derpy beating on something, and the amount changes what groups of like complexity it goes to. I need to make more of those. I haven't made them in a while. Oh, I don't have my music open. Where's my music? And there it is. Yeah, there's her typing on her keyboard. Not much done. And old for many years, if bits came through, it was just Derpy banging on a keyboard, and when I moved away from Streamlabs and started using StreamerBot to have more custom options, I decided to expand on that. We kept the same animation, we just had her do different things with it. Okay. That is it, max volume. There we go. Okay, we're gonna get going here. Last I remember, we were working on trying to get this scene. I'm gonna check something here. I'm gonna fix this window, but I think that patch might be one of the things causing the problems. We'll see. No, I want to start getting rarity moving, like some motion to things that are going on here. Oh, actually, no. You know what? No. The first thing actually was I was going to make the ripples from the shield in the distance. That's what we were going to do. We were actually good. I think I started it like 3 times last stream, and then we ended up never doing any of it. Okay. We need a shockwave. The best way to do that is probably digging through Dota. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess they have like some effects for like shockwaves on the ground. Because I'm like, wait a second, they're all like on the ground, whatever. But they probably have some effect of like a circle thing expanding, which I could probably do that myself, make one. But yeah, stealing is easier. What's a hero from Dota as of like 7 years ago that had like a explosion or high impact something, single large damage? Normally they would cut a shockwave. I have no idea. I haven't dug through these ones in a long time. Let's bristleback. See, like there's well, that was kind of a shockwave, but no, like this isn't what I'm looking for. Well, it would kind of work. Because the way I see it is like a shield effect should have maybe an effect like that much slower, but it should have like a round, like dissipating outer edge, like a wave. I'll remember that for this one though. Okay, Bristleback doesn't have it. That's not what I'm looking for. That's perfect, actually. Okay, so this is Abaddon. Okay, shield explosion. Where's it? Give me the full name, because it's like kind of hidden here. Sorry if anybody has like flashy light issues. That's a little better. Because this is Abaddon explosion wave. Okay, so it's just okay. Shield explosion wave. Let's open that one. Dota particles. Units. Abaddon. Shield. I gotta look at the end of this. Shield explosion wave. I'll just do one at 3 and do it for 10 seconds. I can actually see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. Oh, so that is actually, to make it look right. It's actually okay. Actually, I really like that. Just gotta slow it down. Hello, Michael.
Hello. Why do people in chat just saying derby hooves?
Why not?
Derby.
It's a rope?
How are you doing? Why are you starting a rave?
Because I want to start a rave. What's got a problem with that?
No, as long as there's horses at the rave. How is everybody?
What does it accelerate? Radius. Oh, it's probably. Is it a radius thing?
No, I saw pictures today of a really good My Little Pony calendar.
That's
Guess
cool.
where you can get it from?
Your mom's.
China. Because they got all the good stuff. I couldn't find anywhere to buy it over on this side of the ocean. They just taunted me with it.
Okay, so this is not actually doing anything. What is causing? Okay, the movement. Okay, this one is expanding it out, but normally this is because it's required. What if I increase the drag? No, then it just makes it like not move at all. What if I increase decrease?
Oh, hi, Fritter. Flitcher.
She's already gone.
Oh.
It just makes it wider, which is actually useful. But I need to slow it down. So radius scale isn't doing it. No. So what is causing the effect?
Didn't eat my shrimp fast enough to say hi to Flitter.
No, you didn't.
No.
Well, what I can do is just the cheap way to doing it. It's as long as it starts right away, and it does. You can just go into. Oop, I did not want to freeze.
You're
that.
doing the force field.
Yeah.
Like light.
Yep. You can go in here, edit time scale, and so let's just go to 1/10. It's a little bit
like a thunderstorm.
It's a little rough at the beginning, like a little quick at the beginning, from when it comes in. If it's getting hit, it would cause a ripple effect. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, you could just do flashes of light though.
No, because you're not going to know. It's flash of light are not going to tell you anything. I'd rather have an effect, something visible, because they said that you could see like not just flashes of light, but like if it's getting an impact somewhere, they were seeing the explosions.
Yeah, but you're also seeing it at this point through the.
Yeah, which means the flash of light would just be a brighter pink. No, I want having the effect at least give something visual back there. Okay. So. Actually, can I rotate this? I should double check that first. I cannot. So, that is
epilepsy warning right there.
So right now it's spinning very fast. At least it feels like it. But I feel like this is trying to like using some weird effect of the rope. Oh, there's a position along ring that's causing it. I missed that one. No, that didn't actually help.
Derpy whoos, derpy. I'm trying to do like my mod, derpy mod.
That's kind of cool.
Didn't 15 show up into chat one time?
Yeah, he's rated here before.
Yeah.
That just makes it weird. A larger explosion. That's way too big. That looks like some like 1970s something. Or
no, that's the PlayStation 1. When you put a music CD into a PS1, it would do this really cool thing where it would just show the waveform and like colors and stuff. And at the time, that blew my mind. Because you could put any CD in something, and the lines would vibrate in coordination with the music playing. It was like a music video for every CD. It was crazy. In like 1996, you gotta believe me, that shit was maddeningly amazing. Like the visuals responding to the audio. If you have a PS1, you can go test that right now. And of course, a music CD. So anybody who has a music CD and a PS1, go check it
you gotta
out.
get one of those music CDs.
Yes.
The compact disc.
Yes. One of those. You can even do a CDR.
One of them fancy music records.
Mm-hmm. There's digital ones.
So I like the effect, but I want it to slow down as it's coming out, and I'm noticing that this. So wait, max. Okay, so this is saying both initial speed, initial radius. I could. There's so many of these operator things. Start fade in, start fade out. I don't know if this operator can do a fade in and fade out. Let's do 0.5. And then end fade out. We'll do it at 1. Because this is, what's my lifetime on this? 3/4. Oh, well, let's try 0.2. I don't think this is actually taking advantage of speed stuff with this. I'm thinking it has some stuff to do with speed, but changing those is not changing the speed portion of it for fading. But if I were to get, yeah, that operator is required.
Now, I think this part of the book is the only time they ever talk about.
That's cool. Interesting.
The only time they ever talk about the zebras using missiles in combat. So I'm assuming they probably developed them during the war and started using them as soon as they had them.
Pew pew. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's just make it. Okay, so the number that you have in there just determines like how round of a circle it is. I'm learning how this works. So the more round you would want it, like if I did 60, it would be a lot more round of a circle, but it would be more intensive to do. It's immediately hitting the limit. What happens if I change the limit? It still goes to 64. Oh, because it says emit instantly 64. That's why. That's 640. That's a nice clean line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's super clean.
What y'all eat for dinner tonight? This is me attempting to start a conversation with the chat.
What if they're having breakfast?
Oh, what did you eat for breakfast then?
What did you eat for your last meal?
What did you have for dinner? Or dinner? Or what, brunch? Or what do you, Brenner? That's it. The most maddening of meals. You're eating French toast at 6 p.m. Either something's gone terribly right or wrong with your life. It's unclear. Probably doesn't really have any effect, but it does feel like a special day. Trippy! Oh, sunset. That's what you have.
So this is definitely like the effect. If I, oh no, I bet you that won't really affect. Because I'm like, okay, I dropped its speed, and now if I increased its drag, or not, if I remove the drag, I'm guessing that's not going to do much. Yeah, it didn't change the speed at all. And this didn't change anything. Oh yeah, and I still have to figure out the problem of okay, I think the other one did work better. Figuring out how to like rotate it. Okay. Normally, if you want to have it use the local, you would. Oh, scale in local space. Oh no, now that just made it so that it's, yeah, it's not rotated. It's just I think if I rotate it, it probably will just, yeah, I know. Oh, it did work. Okay, perfect. That's great. All right, that makes that easier. Well, if that's the speed I have to run it at, that's fine. I just wish, well, I could probably, my main concern right now is that it makes it too, it's too bright at the start. So if I were to,
how bright is it gonna be through all the pink smoke?
it's bright enough. What I'm gonna do instead, we're gonna do not this. I'm gonna slow this back down again. We're gonna go to 2, and I do need to go into this. We'll, if it's bright at the beginning, let's just have it. It's doing a alpha fade out simple. Let's do a fade in.
Man, we've been eating the same thing for like the last 4 days. It's maddening.
Why is that?
Somebody made too much food. First, I got to have shrimp. It's
Okay.
been shrimp and chili. So my stomach is imploding.
That's pretty decent. Thank you for the follow, 6-7.
Oh no. But yes. I'm gonna make a chocolate quick bread tonight. Sunset, that's not food.
Michael.
What?
So much of the food that you make, I could say those words too.
You name one.
Meat bread.
No, that was experiment. That wasn't food either.
You can't say it. Give me an example. I give an example and you say it doesn't count.
That's an attempt at food, at least. I was convinced that'd be the new craze.
So that's the effect right now. That's a little strong.
I do get the joke, 6-7. I guess it's pissing off Fallout 76 streamers.
Oh, because it's 76. Okay, actually I could see that, yeah.
Do they go 7-6?
Well, because it's just the name backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is way too small, but we did figure out how to make it bigger.
It does remind me of probably one of my favorite My Little Pony posts. Because everything reminds me of My Little Pony. Where Rainbow Dash is just eating barbecue sauce, and they're like, yo, Rainbow Dash, eat real food. She's like, but barbecue sauce is real food. They are not pleased with her response.
Okay, I do need to emit a bit more than that. Let's do 300. 600 is a lot. All right, 300. I need this to be wider, which I think if I just made this 0, no, 0 made it tighter. No, it did make it wider. Okay. All right.
Nobody cares about Fallout 76, Nolan. It's all about New Vegas right now. And as it should be. It's Argo Daemon.
Yes, Argo Daemon. It is I made the name because a long time ago because I absolutely have some hatred to like names that have numbers at the end. Yours is a little different, but like I hate to have when trying to create an identity, but then you have like numbers on there. So I wanted something without numbers, and I was playing Oblivion at the time when it came out. So this is like Xbox 360 days, and I was just about to make an Xbox Live account, and so I tried to come up with the name. So I took the Argonians from Oblivion and the daemons, or the demons that you're fighting, and I just put the two together. That's how I came about it. So I've had the same name since like 2006. No, before that.
But you gotta have a cool online name, like Toenail.
But I get to 10 subs, would I watch Skibidi Toilet? No, I wouldn't. I'm not one to be bribed. Skibidi is awful and horrible. He was bribed to do that, and he did it on stream.
I was coerced by friends, people who I thought were friends. No.
I'm kidding, by the way. Whether you were or not, I'm not gonna do it.
They made me watch that. I cried.
So how does this affect? Oh, you know what? I bet you I know what. Oh no, it is blocked.
Like,
oh,
the whole thing with the
so blue?
Skibidi Toilet thing that I got out of it is a lot of people took a huge nothing pie and decided it had deeper meaning. Like, they were all eating like crust filled with nothing and convincing themselves it was all part of some larger metaphor when it just was crust.
Okay. So the effect.
It's a real friend. Yes. Watching.
Still a little quick.
Watched enough of it.
Can I go below 0.1? I don't know if I've tried that.
I remember the days before social media too, but I was in like high school.
Remember the good old days before social media? I hate social media. I like when I started doing YouTube and stuff, I made a Twitter account. I think I even had like a Tumblr account. Like I made various accounts. I don't do for shit anymore. Like I made a Twitter account following Rathlos from Monster Hunter, and it blew up, and I got like 25,000 followers in a month. And I got bored of it because I just don't like social media, and I just abandoned it.
I do love Discord though, because if you need help with something, there's always like a group. Reddit's kind of the same way. There's like a subreddit you can go to.
It's
to, like,
I don't
get help on stuff.
I like the internet for where you can go to get stuff, but things that promote doom scrolling. I don't like
Facebook, like Twitter, like
Facebook, Twitter, those things. It's the doom scrolling things that I hate.
Yeah.
And so like I love the internet, but if I just don't want anything that's doom scrolling, and I will stay away from that. So like
Reddit and Discord are useful, Facebook and Twitter are not.
When's the last time that I like tweeted? Actually, I don't even know if can I get on Twitter on my phone? Okay, yeah, and the first ad is for FanDuel. It's because of crap like that. No, I don't. I don't care about any of the ads they give me. It's all just a bunch of bullshit. No.
Please read chat.
Some clarification to that guy next to your dad or a friend, because I apologize if I was took him for your father. It's actually common, and it's an inside joke.
He's younger than me.
By like a year.
No, still.
No, I did a retweet last November for a project I was a part of, and I retweeted somebody else doing some fan art or something, and then it was June for somebody.
I'm aware it's the white hair.
Yeah, June was again. It was a retweet for somebody doing something, and then it was April. So like I made one tweet in 2025.
But to be fair, I've been white since my 20s. It just happens to some people. Anyway. I've had that happen a few times.
Our neighbor thinks that he's my father that lives here.
I've gone to it was a Culver's. They asked me if I got a senior discount.
Do you qualify for the senior discount? And I did the slow look over and laughing.
Right, you had to be right next to me. And not long before that, we went to like a Dunkin' Donuts, the mall, and they just threw the senior discount.
Yeah,
on there.
the lady on the register was like 16. So yes,
Still.
by percentage, you are very old.
She looked at me and went, "Oh, that man's just near death."
Well, like for cigarettes, I think that even though you can, like the age to get them is like 18 or something, 21, I can't remember. You're still required to show your license if you look under 45. So I find it funny that based on that logic, to her you looked 100.
Oh no! Buy me a cane as a joke.
Yeah, but you said at that point you're like, I don't care, I got a discount.
He's the one who owns a cane.
I bought the cane for my Waldo outfit.
Yeah, still.
It's in my car. I used to like hold bags to the back of my car because I don't have any other good way to do it. Is this actually working?
Sometimes I dye my hair. That's like the only makeup I ever wear. And then people card me when I go to get a drink, and I'm happy.
Yeah, that happened once. It was because you were doing evil Michael. Oh, it's because and you dyed your hair black. So,
I did.
And then you're like, oh my God, somebody asked for my ID.
So happy. I haven't done that in a very long time. Because again, I went white in my 20s. The funny thing is, I started going to the conventions, and the very first convention I ever went to, I dyed my hair for the first time as well, because I had gone white and I wanted to look nice. So until I moved here, they didn't. Some of them, I don't know if but they didn't realize my hair was dyed.
No, a good cosplay your friend would be William Afton and you, Michael Afton. If I had to do cosplays, we would go as the the Mythbusters.
The Mythbusters, amazing.
Because you are Adam Savage.
Sure.
With like a couple pounds on, but like Adam Savage. And then like I would just be what's the other guy? I forgot his name.
The bald one.
The one with the little hat. Can't unsee that. No, I know. No, I watch Tested sometimes, Jamie. Which is the Adam Savage thing. And yeah, he looks like Adam Savage. Jamie, that's it. I was thinking it was Jamie. Yeah, it's funny.
Should dye my goatee, the edges dark brown. Leave the strip in the middle. Am I like trying to be either an art dealer or a James Bond villain? I'm not sure. What I'd be going with that. No, like they look at my stuff. Like honestly, my old passport, which is now no longer valid. I did have my hair dyed on that passport. I showed it to somebody. I was like, see, my hair used to be brown. But even in that picture, my hair is very much dyed. After a while, though, I've slowly stopped caring. And when I moved here, I mean, eventually the dye was going to fade. And they're like, oh, you're white. Like, your hair is white. I'm like, yeah, I've been dyeing it.
Oh, this one needs to dye.
Went white very early. Last time my natural hair color was his actual original hair color was probably like 25. And then it was just poof. Crazy, right?
No, he looks like a elderly Commissioner Gordon.
Wait, Commissioner Gordon is elderly. At least in the animated Batman series I watched.
Well, what was the quote that our neighbors gave when you were outside shoveling and we weren't out there at the time, and you he looked at you and he's like, yeah, so boys letting us old men
us old men
doing all the physical work.
And I just looked at him and I was like, yeah. The other roommate is a fair bit younger than me, but this one, he's older.
I'm just baby.
I'm never gonna let him forget. I didn't correct him because it just wasn't worth the effort.
Yeah, well, it's like you kind of would say like, well, it makes him feel bad because they made an assumption like that. But then instead he likes to live with the lie, so then he has to just like, because we live next to the guy.
Yeah, it's just easier. Just let him believe what he wants to believe.
Okay.
I want to get trashed on Tuesday. He's the only one drinking.
Where's your drink?
I haven't gotten it yet. Because I came down here filled with shrimp. And that
we're trying to see.
Want to do put alcohol on top of it.
You damn kids get off my lawn. Well, we don't have kids on our lawn generally.
No, I don't think there are any kids who live in this neighborhood. I think out of the playground.
Out of everybody other than, was Aaron older than me? Oh no, that's not what I think Aaron might be older than me by a little bit, but almost everybody that comes over here, I'm the oldest. So yes, I could say it. It was like everybody's a kid.
Except Aaron.
I think Aaron's older than me.
He doesn't look.
Isn't he? If he is, it's by just a couple months. He's got white hair or gray hair.
Yeah.
But like the rest of him doesn't. He looks pretty young. He just looks like young with gray hair. Let me look. I swear it's really close. Or it's not too far off. Cheers, no.
Stephen King's The Mist, hot Equestria.
The Mist is such a bad. Well, the books may be good, but the movie's so bad.
Hit Equestria. Oh, that is. What are you talking about?
Oh, for this, this is based on Fought Equestria. I'm doing a Ministry Mares video. Been working on it since like 2019 or 2018 or something, on and off. And this is the death scene for Rarity, or not. She doesn't die here, but it's the last scene showing how she dies in Fought Equestria. No, she died. This is so when the bombs dropped, she got stuck. I have to turn the lights on to see the crack. But she was in a building when they was being bombarded. That's what we're working on, kind of with the little like whatever's in the sky. It was being bombarded by missiles so that they kept the shield up, and then they set off basically a nuke within that cause. Yeah, it's as the bombs fell. They got close enough to bombard Canterlot. They had a shield. The shield kept the bombs away, but then they had snuck in a bomb or kind of a bomb of sorts that released a necrotic smoke. That essentially they either had to take the shield down and get exploded by the bombs, or keep the shield up and die to the necrotic thing. It was a well-planned thing, and Fluttershy got really pissed that the zebras had used the bombs because she kind of gave them the bombs, and threw a chair out the window, causing it to break. And magic was slowly causing it to repair itself. When the bombs went off, and Rarity, to keep the smoke from getting in, went to put her hoof over the crack of the hole. But because of the auto repairing window and the way that the necrotic things worked, it essentially merged her to the window, and she couldn't get off of it. So she sent Fluttershy away to be safe, and got stuck there, and eventually died days later, because she's like, it became a part of the window, essentially. And then depending on other references, she basically kind of melted. So no, she had become a feral ghost. In the book, they find her when they go to that building, and they find her with her hoof still tucked to the window as a skeleton, and the rest of her head collapsed to the floor. So, and then there was a memory orb nearby that was from the aspect of Angel Bunny, and so that shows what happened leading up to. So we're just doing that. I have a whole bunch of these. We've been working on this for a while. I've got pictures. I guess does Pip find her? Yep. I mean, really, if you never read the book, you at least know Little Pip. That's a good guess. No, but it's like a 4-something minute video we've been working on. So like there's the one with these are all actually animated, but I've been using a storyboard for pictures to make it easier. There's the bit of met Maripony, she's at her desk. There's Fluttershy's speech. That's a very different image now. I gotta re-upload the image. Apple Snack killing the Pegasus on there. Applejack at her factory. Then we got all the ones we've been working on for the death scenes. Though Twilight getting pulled into the vat is done. I just haven't uploaded an image of it yet. The Applejack one, we started doing that one, but I have to go back and finish it. This is the one we're doing now. This is the old version of it that was not as nice. And then like Fluttershy with the nuke. So anything green is basically done. Anything yellow is planned, and anything what was red? Red was I have to look into, because it was one part I was going to use from Project Horizons, but when we looked, we didn't find that part in the book anymore, and apparently they didn't edit and they removed that part from their story after it was written. And so now I'm kind of unsure if I want to keep it or not, because in a way the author retconned it. So I'm thinking of just keeping it anyway, because I liked it more than the retcon, but we'll see. Yeah, and then the blue ones are not started yet. The blue ones are ones that I need to get figured out. There's even this like really complicated like reverse scene thing going on here. So I don't know. It's something to work on because I don't have anything else to work on right now. It'd be funny in a future episode if you named a Vault 67 just to see your viewers' reactions. No, because I have taste. Huh? Yeah, I grabbed him yesterday. By vat, you're talking about the FEV vats? Yeah. Yeah, I can show you. Just let me know they're a cream ale.
Did I hear you talking about ponies again?
Yeah.
Good. Pinky getting high on mentats? Pinky's reasoning for mentats was good intentions, but she probably hurt herself more than she helped herself. And that phone call Twilight never got, that apology and that promise she would clean herself up.
But no, so this is the one I can't play with the lights on because this is like the frame rate it's going to run at. It's kind of like crap. But this is the Mary Pony shot. Okay, that's fine. And does Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas, does he exist in Fallout Equestria? Yes.
Project Horizons.
Kind of.
And Heroes.
Well, you could also call Celestia in the computer a different type of.
Yeah. There's
a couple people in a computer.
But there is a Mr. Horse in Project Horizons.
There's Count Horse Tiles.
Yes. That's different. But
He's advanced the colors of the Rainbow Factory. They're different colors because in the story they talk about the vats or the liquids that come from things being kind of a rainbow, and it's implied that each of them are kind of different colors. So when they start getting combined, the liquids, I would say, make an emulsion. They're not, where an emulsion being you're taking multiple liquids and they're not becoming a new liquid. They're still separated, just blended into a goop that is like various mixes of the same things, but they're not actually touching. And
they repel each other essentially.
Yeah, kind of. And so originally I was just going to make like blue vats. When we looked into it, it was kind of mentioning the colors of them, so we went with colored ones. But then for the pulled into the vats part, that was this one where she looks better with lights on, but the lights on looks, then you got the actual colors coming from below.
Well, it sent Pinky down a spiral. She kept seeing possible futures and then started acting to prevent those futures, but then it would create new futures, and things got worse and worse as she tried to prevent like bad things from happening. But one day she's trying to prevent somebody from littering, and the next day she's trying to prevent the Holocaust. And
if someone peed in the other one, if that is pee, what have you been eating?
No
a lot
smooching.
of Baja Blast.
yeah, you've been drinking nothing but Monster Energy drinks.
Like, had
rough.
Pinky not gotten addicted to drugs, she very well might have not led things down the horrible path she led them.
There's no one person at fault. If you had to point to it, had to pick somebody, Fluttershy, for the cause of everything to go to hell.
No, I wouldn't even say Fluttershy. You know who I blame.
I know who you blame, but I'm gonna say Derpy.
She is the least one.
No, it was definitely Derpy's fault. She was so cute that
like the bombs were Fluttershy's fault, but the war was not. The war was Celestia's fault.
So what does each color do once you're exposed to it? The book never actually says what each color of the liquids in the vats.
They're different types of mutagens.
But if you were to say, okay, what does yellow do?
Well, I think for Trixie, they say they're using 2 of them.
Yeah, but see, that's what they're asking. What does each one do? But there's no defined.
They're all mutagens.
Yeah, they're just mutagens in some way, and then they're trying to find a mixture of them to make somebody an alicorn.
They're the equivalent of FEV in the Fallout Equestria universe.
Yeah, and he knew that. Yeah, they just say about the FEV vats. So. But in there, Trixie, well, thank you for the bits again. Derpy hitting those nuke launch buttons. Yeah, she's banging on them. She's old timey launch buttons. She knows launch codes. That's what she's typing. I forgot what I was saying. Twilight gets pulled in because Trixie was brought in to be a test subject to potentially become an alicorn, and they were very confident it would work, but they still needed a live test subject.
They were not confident it worked. They just needed a test subject.
And so, but the bombs dropped at the point that she was there for it, and with everything kind of going to hell, and even though this facility was nuke proof. It still causes shaking, and it caused some of the inside stuff to get knocked around, and she fell into one of the vats. Twilight was able to get to a bomb shelter, but then kind of got locked there for a few days, almost starved and from dehydration, and almost died. But then the door was opened by basically Trixie in a ghost type form that then yanked her into one of the vats to become part of a collective mind.
Yeah, that's essentially right. 6-7. Though with Trixie, she was like guinea pig test 1.
They would create alicorns, but not like Celestia alicorns. They were like blank slate copy pastes of alicorns that each could embody some power that was a part of one of the original people brought into the vats.
Yeah.
So between depending on the color of blue, green, or purple, they had certain things. So some could teleport, some could do mind stuff. So, and they were based on those original groups of people that got brought in.
It got a little bit more complicated after the
And they can't reproduce, just the same thing as before.
They can't initially. Got a little bit more complicated after certain events where they regain their individuality, but they were, for all intents and purposes, alicorns. Though they just weren't the sisters. But who are the sisters? Like the sister, there's alicorns, and then there's the sisters, who are essentially goddesses.
What are your thoughts on the Fallout TV series? He's watched through most of season 2, if not all of it.
I've the new episode tonight, and then it's done. The season's done. As of today.
I've seen season 1, and I very much liked it. I am a huge fan of practical effects, being a 90s or technically a 90s kid, and having a series that definitely has some 3D but has a surprising amount of practical is very refreshing, and it makes it feel very Fallout, and I love that. It has a campy feel to it, but like a high budget campy feel, and I love it. I'm there for it. It's great.
6-7, they do exist in the series. My favorite episode is the one that they are talked about in, which is called The Perfect Pair. It's got William Shatner in it.
What was I looking for? There's
It's the one episode William Shatner's in. Oh, and the Fallout Equestria. I think it's just implied that they're dead.
Explosion.
Which is true in the same. Like, they don't talk about our parents, but I think most people, even by the time Fallout Equestria came out, assumed that because they're being raised by their grandmother, that their parents are dead. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if kids are being raised by their grandparents, it's because something happened to their parents. That's just kind of how it goes. And Applejack has to kill them. She did no such thing. She is a good horse.
You can't just forgive them for horrible things because they're cute.
Who did horrible things?
All of them.
No. Fluttershy was trying very hard to do good.
She tried very hard, but she, in the end, did some very bad.
She wasn't. No, other people did bad. Just because they used what she gave them to do bad. She was hoping they'd use it to do good.
Yeah, and that was. If you as in a, ooh, I think that might be a little too big.
It's like if I hand you a spoon to mix a cake and you use it to gouge someone's eyes out, that's not my fault. What?
If you as an American had access to how to make a weapon, and then the government figured out that you gave those plans to an enemy, I'm pretty sure that's called treason.
What she did was essentially give nuclear power to the enemy.
She gave a national secret.
Yes, she did.
To a foreign power in a time of war.
Yes.
That is treason. She should have been shot.
That's because Equestria refused to use it, her healing spell, so she thought maybe the zebras would.
Nope, she should have been shot. Fluttershy deserves.
No, she deserves hugs, which we're already
in terms of actual like.
Do not.
Whatever. Yeah.
Not her fault.
How is it not her fault?
She didn't. She thought they would use it for good.
Yeah, I could think that they would use it for good too, but it's not going to stop me from getting shot.
She had only good intentions. Michael, serial killer pony's just misunderstood. He just needs hugs and boops. Yes, correct. I feel like there'd be a cute pony now. She's like, I'm gonna go murder again, Michael. I'd be like, no, pony. And then she'd give me a look with the big pony eyes, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay, I guess you will murder.
Go murder, I guess. Just be back. Be safe. No, like, Fluttershy, she fucked up, but like she didn't mean she was trying to do the opposite of what happened.
You can try to do one thing, but in the end, like it's like saying,
like if I give somebody the means to,
it's like saying like I tried to save those kids on the bus. It's not my fault that I drove them into a river.
No, it was more the equivalent of I gave somebody morphine to ease their pain. They found out if they use a little bit more, they can use it for killing people. That's essentially what she did.
No, because
she gave
you're talking about taking something and making it, or
she altered
adding to it.
They did. She gave them the healing spell. They turned it into the Bellfire bombs.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they should be good.
In
Like
war,
Fluttershy.
that good is not a thing you do.
Fluttershy simply believed.
Well, Fluttershy should have just went and joined their side then
Jared-
and made sure that they used it appropriately.
She made the mistake so many people. She believed everyone to be inherently good, and that's bullshit. She's inherently good.
Wow.
Which Fluttershy was the exception, and that's why Rarity kind of like pitied her so. Because she wanted to believe others were like her, and they just weren't. That's actually pretty good.
I'm trying to make the smoke go away a little quicker. I don't want to have like lingering smoke there for a while. And actually, like, wait, do I even need this smoke? Maybe I can get rid of it.
Like all the politics in that are crazy. We've rambled because he's been to work on this video for so long. I've rambled on it a few times, but that's not my fault. That's not my fault.
Well, you say that, but like it's
he's working on the video, and it's taking a really long time, so it leaves lots of opportunity to talk about it. What am I supposed to talk about? Like Swiffer Sweepers?
Sure.
You know, the very first Swiffer Sweeper commercial aired in 2000. That's the year they came out. It was a commercial where they were using Swiffer Sweepers in an army base, right? And they had a really cool jingle. It's like, no way, you should have used a Swiffer, boy. It's a different kind of sweeper, the real McCoy.
I think you're going a little faster than they did.
No, they were pretty jovial about it. It was pretty amazing. And that was like the very first, like Swiffer Sweepers had just come out.
Michael.
What? Do you not want me to talk about Swiffer
No,
Sweepers
no.
now?
My question is, what side of YouTube are you browsing now?
No, I just remember that from 2000.
Oh, okay. How's the beer?
It's good, actually. I really like this one.
Is it dark or anything, or is it just taste beerish?
It's very creamy. It's a very creamy cream ale.
Okay, yeah, and it wasn't
really
expensive. It was actually pretty decent price. It was at the Liquor Barrel south of here.
Lakewood, New York.
Yeah, it was a New York one too, which is not local, but yeah, it looked good.
That's very.
It's a seasonal thing though, which is kind of sad. That's how this.
The best beers like seasonal and shit.
No, it's not just seasonal. It's just never again. So like, yeah.
They're going to produce Budweiser until the end of our days.
Okay, so this is Shield.
Make me drink it.
I think this is a pretty good bit. So we're gonna go Shield Explosion 1. Okay, so that's I can now. These are all based on the same time period. I kind of.
If all the ponies had lived in Equestria, would Argo be animating human Fallout Earth right now?
Companies in Equestria would Argo be animating humans in Fallout Earth right now? If he's saying like it was backwards and I was a horse and doing a Lyra thing, essentially.
If we were all ponies.
Yeah.
That would be much better. I want that.
Yeah, but then Michael wouldn't be hanging out here. He'd be in front of a mirror just dancing, going horse, 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 horse.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd be doing because I played VR chat. That's exactly what I did.
That's why I said that.
Yes. Horse.
All right, I feel like the hit on the shield. Well, the shockwave going out is one thing. There should be some kind of a light because they're talking about a light flash. That's a little harder to do. With I can't do that with a model very easily, but I could do it with the light. So we're gonna see what we can do about making a light do that.
I was very happy in the second to final episode of it was the last episode. Second to last, her coronation to become the new ruler of Equestria. They do show Sunset in the audience. So it's the only time she appears in the not Equestria Girls stuff. And in that moment, Sunset is canon. And she is returned to Pony. Like, it never made sense for her to stay at the high school after the events of the first movie, other than they wanted to make a series out of it and have her as the main character. Like, her home was Equestria.
She left because she felt herself banished.
Well, she was banished initially.
Well, there you go.
They forgave her after the events of the first movie.
Why would they do that?
Because they all came to an understanding or something. I don't know. She stopped trying to.
I feel like Michael's reason is they all just went in the back room and they had a bunch of smooches.
They did. The Twilight cannot stay in the human world, though. She already showed she can't control herself. No other love interests in all of My Little Pony for Twilight Sparkle, except when she sees the hairless ape in the human world. She's like, ooh, give me some of that.
Yeah, Michael.
Can't control herself.
Michael, all right. So let's do this exact situation in reverse. So Michael travels through a portal to Equestria, and he has had no other interest in any other person for a while until suddenly horse, and then he's like, "Oh my God, look at that horse!" And then he can't think of anything other than that horse.
That's correct.
So she is you.
It's like a weird ape thing. Who would want to?
But to her, the ape is your horse.
She's got a weird human fetish.
I feel like this is a reflection on yourself, and you're just being weird about it.
I'm not the weird one. Yes, Scootaloo is able to fly and fall at Equestria. They do. She actually tries to follow after Rainbow after she leaves the clouds. Because
in the book itself was written, I think the first season was still being released, so it came out so quickly that some of the tropes that we recognize within the series aren't really in there because it was so early. Those tropes didn't exist yet. Our ideas on Scootaloo never being able to fly didn't come up and to actually build until a little later in the series, when it was kind of that question of why isn't she flying yet? But by that point, it was just she's young. She hasn't learned how to do it yet, maybe. So, yeah.
There were hints that she should have been flying quite some time before the start of the series, but she was still optimistic. It wasn't until close to the final season where she has the moment where she's like, yeah, I'm never going to fly, and you just stop telling me it might happen. It just brought a tear to my eye in that moment. Because you already knew it as the viewer, especially if you've been watching for a while, but to hear her admit it was rough. Bring out those horse tears.
That is your favorite thing in the series, horse tears.
Scope! Howdy ho, there, neighbor Rooney. Didn't like that.
Damn it. What to hear? You know you should do.
No
I just got my beer.
Well, that's not my fault that you're being.
What do you want? These are really good.
Sure. I'll grab
Do you
one.
want me to throw out your ice? Do you want to drink it with the ice?
Nah.
You can just drink it out of the can.
Yeah.
I can get you more
I'll
ice
just
later. You don't have that ice. Is not the last ice.
This is last ice forever. Yeah, just throw it, and then I'll put it in glass. Everything's better out of glass. Thank you. Thank you, Sub, for the resub. Thank you, Sub. Thank you, Scope, for the resub. Also, what became of K-Cat, the one who made the OG series? I don't know. Are they doing anything right now? Playing Enshrouded. No, the after the original book, they I think they ran some little campaigns like for D&D type things for some friends and stuff, but other than that, kind of backed away from it, which is fine. I think that's kind of better that way. You don't have to stick around because it's something good. I mean, it's not even stick around, just kept themselves hidden.
Yeah, they're around. They exist. Mostly playing games on Steam.
Ooh, that does smell really good. Like, normally I'm a French vanilla fan, but when I was working at McDonald's, I used to love getting their Irish coffee because it was so fucking full of sugar.
No, this is quite good. I do like this a lot.
Yeah, but just the smell of it. My concern is does it actually have coffee in it?
If you can't get more of this one, I need to find more Dead Irish Poet, because that was a really good
This one is... It doesn't say it's brewed with coffee. I think it's just flavored.
It's very good.
Notes of rich coffee. Yeah, it doesn't actually say it's brewed with coffee. No, I think...
it's got more of a butterscotch taste to it.
No, I can smell the Irish coffee for sure. No, it's at the liquor barrel on the non-refrigerated shelf. I just found it there. And it was like $12 for 6 cans. Like, I mean, they're the small cans, but still.
Now, K-Cat did talk about making a Fallout Equestria 2. But there were so many side stories based off the original story, they decided just to let it go.
At this point, if they were to try to do anything, it would start skinning the one story that I wish that they would do is the Ministry Mares, like going back to the original bit and like doing some stories from there. That would do not as much foot stepping on maybe, but still it's more of they created a universe and are now just letting people play in it, and I think that's kind of cool.
Dived into the Ministry Mares quite a bit. Like, probably more than the original book did.
Yeah, I think if K-Cat were to keep making content and publishing content within Fallout universe, it would limit the amount of creative ability that people would feel within the universe because...
I still want it.
Whatever. But I feel like they would probably diminish their impact more than add to it. They created something fantastic and basically created like a mountain that everybody was to climb, but then didn't try to change anything from there. Just let other people move on from there.
That's crazy.
If you push, it's they're doing the Tarantino thing of like where Tarantino's whole thing is you make 10 movies as a director and then you retire. There's their rule of 10 that he and a couple of the directors go with the idea being leave on a high note instead of dwindling away forever. That doesn't work for everybody. Somebody make 20 movies or keep going through their whole career and keep making amazing things. But but some people just want to do that little like leave on the high. And I feel like that kind of is the reason K-Cat has the status they do, where if they would have kept making content, maybe it was also
really good. And I could have more pony, and Little Pip could get out of that pod.
No, Little Pip knows what she did. She was a naughty horse.
Yes. So bad. So, should Winona be their version of Dogmeat? I guess it's the closest they have. I think the only note Winona ever gets in all of Fallout Equestria is they say they buried her like next to their grandmother. And it's like, okay. Like, you put the dog and your grandmother like in the same...
She wasn't even ready to die yet.
Just like, all right, get in there.
It's like with the pharaohs of old.
I think they just say for Granny Smith is that she was already old and losing Big Macintosh just kind of she died of a broken heart. Because that's got to be rough. Because my perspective of Granny Smith has always been like, after their parents died, she took it upon herself. Excuse me. She took it upon herself to take care of them. So then to have one of them die just broke her. At least didn't fall to question, it just broke her.
Why is this explosion?
And she just
It's just on that screen. Okay.
Like, she lost her son and her daughter-in-law in the series. So to then, like, be tasked with finishing raising their children. Because Apple Bloom was still very young. Like, Big Mac and Applejack could essentially take care of themselves, but they still needed a parental guardian when their parents died. If it wasn't for Granny Smith, they probably would have been sent off somewhere with family, but still. Kind of reminds me of the Boondocks was a similar situation where their elderly grandfather's trying to raise 2 kids.
He was kind of badass, though.
He was kind of badass. Like, he was all they had, and he knew it. They didn't have any family past the 3 of them. Just one elderly man and his 2 grandchildren, which was all he had. It's a dynamic that the apples shared.
I really don't want to put the lights reflecting on stuff. Technically, a description of this is saying that the window made everything completely impossible to see through. So I really don't want to do too much in regards to like putting like light reflecting off stuff or stuff and things. I want to have a little bit of something.
Yeah. I do remember that sunset. Angel Bunny was turned to stone by cockatrice, and after Fluttershy comes back, she keeps him on a shelf in her cottage. Because being turned into a cockatrice leaves you in kind of a state between life and death.
Well, then why doesn't she just break the rock?
It would kill him.
Instead, she's going to keep him forever a stone?
I don't think he's conscious.
I know, but why not just give him sweet release?
She's probably trying to find some way to like reverse the effect of the cockatrice.
Maybe, but it does feel like I would rather have him as a lawn ornament and alive than have actually like ability to move on.
They did remark too that after she got turned back into a tree, she wasn't okay for a while, and the only thing that brought her any comfort whatsoever was Angel Bunny's statue, or I guess Angel Bunny. She couldn't be without him.
Okay, so
like she would just mentally shatter if the statue wasn't around.
Nope, it's not. Sometimes these particles just have a problem. If I have a secondary window, it like tries to use the properties from over there. Actually, no, this one's probably fine. This one I'm going to delay anyway. We're going to put this one to, let's do this one at 4 seconds.
They did have a pretty good role for Discord in Project Horizons. I did like how he was portrayed in Project Horizons.
Okay.
He was still very much just Discord in Project Horizons.
So it's still showing up a little bit glowy.
Just a lot weaker.
On the whole everything. Essentially, it's translating through the surface. I
think part of that is because Tank and Twilight's Owl weren't a thing until a little later into the series. Like late season 2, mid season 2. Or no, when was the best pet ever? Was that season 1? That might have been season 1.
Okay, this doesn't have a no Z.
Like Twilight didn't have Aloysius when she first came to town, but she got him before
it does say no Z.
Rainbow got Tank.
This one says no Z.
If you had to bring up a moral question, Michael, If you had to choose between letting a pony return to Equestria or let them get turned into stone, would you keep them as a law? No. If they are returning to Equestria Sunset, that means I can follow them. And you guys will never see me again.
When it
That's
processes,
your
though, it's
answer.
not there. So now I'm kind of curious.
If I disappear one day, just assume I went to Equestria. It's for the best. Just tell that to the cops. It's like, when was the last time you seen him? Don't bother. Don't bother. He's in a better place. And then that's when they take you in for questioning. He's in the magical land of Equestria. What don't you understand?
So what is that effect? So no Z normally means ignore the Z factor, which is like the minimum maximum distance the camera can pull in, meaning that it will always show in front of the camera no matter what. So I saw 2 no Z's. I was like, oh, maybe that's what's causing that little flash. But I see glow, and the glow says no Z. Haha. Okay, let's see if there's a regular Z version of it.
Rabble. No, I love the idea that Celestia's garden is just kind of an effed up like prison. Where she just turns people to stone and puts them as decorations.
Oh, I didn't
in her
actually say that.
yard. That's fantastic. Ponies go in there and they wonder why all the statues have horrified looks of terror on their faces.
This one's not showing it, probably because it's behind fully or something. I'm gonna remove it just in case, because I'm not gonna replace no games with this mother. Normally there's 2 versions of a texture. One says underscore no C, and then one that says just without it. So I'm assuming I can just remove.
Wasn't one of the statue with 3 fillies? We already know that Celestia has no problems turning foals into stone. She does it to Cozy.
Equestria had a thing with this. Stop playing with that, Michael.
It's like right there. It's like I'm trying to fix it because they're all out of place.
No, you can't fix it. Stop it.
I'm absentmindedly fixing it.
It's trying to break my shit.
Your shit's already broke.
I know it is, and so stop breaking it more. Maybe the format's just cracked in places because it's from Amazon, and you can't get like decent formats from anywhere.
Stories in stone. The garden was full of stone threats. Like Equestria's law system is they got Tartarus, which I think when they go into, you kind of realize what it's mostly in there is just various like beasts from around Equestria, essentially animals, and they're just in prison there. Like, it's not that they were good or bad, they were just like a big bugbear because it's an animal and it was terrorizing.
Why big bugbear, Michael?
why bug big?
Why bug big?
Oh, that's a good bit.
Why bug big? Cadence. Why bug big?
That was good. Why everybody making the bug big? Sorry, that does add a lot. No, I just like the idea of going into Celestia's garden. You look at the statues, and they're all like these looks of terrified. Someone being terrified right before turning to stone.
Like, to enjoy my beautiful god, it's just terrified children.
What an interesting aesthetic you have. Yes.
Would you like to be a part?
And you won't have to stay in the garden as long as you behave yourself. Because, I mean, turning ponies to stone and trapping them does seem to be a common punishment in Equestria.
Yeah, we're going to put you in a prison, but the prison is going to be like where you can never die and you have to just stare at a wall, and like there's certain things where it's just like, please give me death. No, we can't do that. That's mean. No, that's mercy. Please.
I still very much want somebody to make an animation of Cozy Glow's parents coming to school to see how she's doing. And then they just lay out everything they did to that child. It's like, why did you turn my child to stone? Well, that little fucker escaped from the hell we put her in.
Why'd you put her in hell?
It's like, she was causing problems. Like, she's 9. Yeah, well, that just little shit is what she is.
She should know better.
Yes. It's like, we sent our daughter here because she was wanting to learn about friendship. Well, she learned all right.
She learned to not fuck with us.
Yes. Just takes the table. A little shit.
Do you think that this is like a democracy? Fuck that. I have the power to turn people to stone, and how do you think I've had control for so long?
It's like, hey, you want some bird seed? It's like, sure, yes, we throw it on the statue to encourage the birds to take a shit on it. See, there's your daughter right there, covered in bird shit. Isn't it great?
Get a first impression.
I do. Say 5 times fast. The big bugbear battered bright bridges, bellowing big blooming bellows. Booming bellows.
The big bugbear battered bright bridges, bellowing big booming bellows. I didn't even read it that time.
You've messed it up.
I messed up on booming.
A big bugbear battled bright bridges, bellowing big booming bellows.
It pauses, but at least he did all the words right.
Yes.
Big booming bellows. Is that like
Big booming bellows?
Is that the name of the new dating app you're working to create?
Ooh, I like that one. I didn't. I just scooted my foot, and it did that.
You're fired.
It's broken in 1,000 places.
I know, but you pick at it, and it's just going to make it worse.
Picking at it.
There you
I'm
are.
putting my foot down and shifting.
There you are, picking at things again. We already had this problem with you and the sock during the podcast.
Idle feet. Idle hands. Because I think the whole thing with Cozy Glow is she did go to the school to learn about friendship. Like, she went there with good intentions, but she just learned that friendship was power, and she wanted that power.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's a tangible power.
The problem is it's a little like my whole favorite thing with that part was still Chrysalis realizing that she was making friends and she just screams. Like, that is one of my favorite scenes from the whole series.
She knows what happens. It's horrible.
It's just she like smiles and she's like, ah! Like, it's so good. It's so good.
In her defense, the other two would just make a friend. Apparently, she gets turned into a freaking gummy bear. It's not fair. It isn't right.
Okay.
Chrysalis after the hive, though, was a lot of fun. She's just slowly losing her mind and doing crazy shit.
I loved her realization that she was actually making friends and becoming good, and then just screaming. Like, that is such a mood. It was it's to me still one of the best things the series has ever done.
It was a good bit.
Yeah. You can't take that away from me.
Nope. That whole episode was pretty good. Just Cozy Glow going up to the guard pony trying to like manipulate him emotionally, and he's just like, no, it's not gonna work. And then after she yells at him a few times and he tells her to just calm down, she could cause an avalanche, the giant snowball just hits her and she just like disappears over the cliff, and he's just like, whatever, that child's dead, that's not my problem. My Little Pony has its moments. It's dark humor. I love dark humor, and that was a dark humor moment.
You like when people are in pain, when people are in misery.
But just watching the guard, just watching that child be like wiped clear by snow, and just going, nobody's out here to convict me. I'm going back inside. I don't need to deal with that. I was an ass. think one of my other fun moments in the series, one of my favorite moments, is when Pinky goes to introduce Maud to Starlight, and they say they met before. And then it does a flashback where Maud's showing Starlight where she can keep cutie marks stored. And Pinky listens to her, and she's like, let's never talk about that again.
It's such a it got darker as the series went on, a little bit, or dark, not darker, but darker humor. And yeah, I like dark humor too, but to a degree. But yes,
just that realization that her sister helped Starlight.
But Starlight's good now.
And she just had some questions, and Maud was all too happy to answer. And give her a hoof. You know, the funny thing is, at the very end of the season 10 comics, they do show them escaping from the stone, but then that's the last of the comics. It lasted for like one run.
How can they escape from the stone?
It just showed them breaking free of the stone.
But how?
Same way Discord did.
But Discord did it over like thousands of years. Yeah. Like, was it like that far in the future?
I don't know. It was ill-defined. It just showed them breaking free from the stone, and then that was it. It never continued past that. So, and now IDW doesn't have the rights over it. Boom does. That said, it's the same people working on it. It's still Andy Price and Kate Cook. So expect nothing to change. But you know what? I like Andy Price, so I'm fine with that. He goes to the conventions on the regular.
I forgot we did that whole, like, the cracks melting in at the last time.
Mm-hmm. You put a lot of time into that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, a surprising amount of time, but it's pretty good. Okay, so how do those shields hit look?
The shield hits look amazing. They add so much. And they should just, like... Oh, yeah. I love that, actually.
Yeah, I knew it needed it.
Flair.
So...
It's 100% lore accurate.
And I still wish I could put some kind of a light reflecting off of them. And I feel like it would make sense to, but then it takes away from, like, the smoke type things. And I really don't want to. But I feel like... If I start zooming in, and because that's what this shot is like looking at rarity from up close, that without the flash, it might seem weird. So I might have to go back and do it, but I haven't finalized the lighting on this shot, so I might not worry about it right now.
I just love this scene because every time I see this part, I think this is where Pink Eyes starts. This is the opening to Pink Eyes, essentially, but they're watching it from the outside, the bubble. And they're trying to evacuate the towns below, which is exactly why Celestia and Luna held it for as long as they did, because they were trying to give those living outside the city time to escape. Like, if you were in the city, you were already dead, and they knew that. But they could buy time for those outside the city by holding the bubble in place.
Okay, so the other one I could get away with it, like the particles having this warm up. This one I have to, like, pick a point. I'm gonna pick 9 seconds, and this is going to I don't really split that. I have to pre-render it by a certain amount of seconds to let the particles get up, because I can't pre-render beyond what is visually there. So this would be just over 2.5 seconds. So if I put this at 15 here, because this is just under 13, that should be enough. So if I use this as my marker, so anything after this is the official things. That also means that the crack shots need to be moved. Oop, now I gotta keep that bookmark there. To here. So the particle shouldn't do any, like, collapsing until there. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah. I don't think it ended well for them in the long run, though. If I remember Heroes right, I think eventually their exploits catch up with them.
I would say the outside the window looks very, yeah, it does look a little different. Not just because of the lighting here, but because the fog on these is much lighter. But I feel like some of that's just due to the angle. I gotta check a couple things.
I think Little Pip does come across Luna's remains in Canterlot. Because she was left where she fell. No, like for this part, Celestia and Luna hold the bubble to give time to those outside. Though if they had just left the city when this happened, which they totally could have, they would have survived. And in all honesty, holding the bubble so that others would have a chance to run was probably the right thing to do.
It's usually that's much better there. If you're not sure what the right action is on something, the lack of action is normally the one that's more defensible. Like if you say that you took action, then it's like the kind of a prisoner's dilemma thing of if you did no action and everything went right, you're fine. But if you did no action, everything goes wrong, it's your fault. But if you take action, everything goes wrong, then it can be on you that things went wrong. Where in the other one, it wasn't on you because you didn't do anything. So like it's
I can't,
1 out of 4 is your fault.
I can't help but feel if they had left the city, if they had abandoned the city, instead of trying to hold the bubble so that others had a time to escape, it would have been better for Equestria as a whole if they had survived. Like, they could have led ponies and like made things better after the bombs fell. But because they held the bubble and stayed in the city, they weren't able to do that. Spoiler, Celestia gets out, but she becomes isolated because she makes decisions that didn't work out like she had hoped.
Okay, that's why things looked weird too. Okay, so I have to redo a lot of the lighting on this because it's just not set up right. But I think I kind of need to do these. I would do one at a time, but that's not going to be right.
Because if Celestia or Luna had survived, the Enclave would have never been a thing. The Pegasi would have started helping almost immediately the ponies on the ground because Celestia or Luna, they would have followed them. Like, hell or high water, every pony was loyal to the princesses. But when they lost the princesses, they lost their cohesion. Yes, it was very good that they held the bubble to save lives, but it probably cost a lot more by not being there. Celestia tried, but she ended up just kind of trapping herself.
What is causing the volumetrics to be a little stronger? Okay, because it's going through most of the buildings where these ones are not. So this sky is more faded. Oh, I know what it is. These fog layers are being bypassed past this point. I need to go and raise these up to get them to actually hit correctly. Yeah, there. Now that's doing as it should. Actually, I can probably even angle these a little bit. Nope, I have.
There is kind of a moment that's burned itself into my brain for Project Horizons, where Celestia, inside the Single Pegasus project, talks to the amalgamation that is Luna's soul and Blackjack's body. And they talk to each other as sisters.
Not canon.
It's canon to Project Horizons.
Yeah, probably not to follow universe. I'm still like, I'm very big. I am 100% a purist.
That's kind of an emotional moment.
There's parts I like, but I don't like saying that everything gets added. I can pick and choose because I'm my own man. Oh, and those cracks do look better when post, or good. They will look more like. Those aren't processing. Okay, I have to poke at those because those are not processing correctly. You're supposed to look.
No, I would have preferred that part of the book if it was Luna's memories, which is what Cognium had. It was just Luna's soul, which I guess is more important than the memories, but...
All right, background. We did clear out most of the things in this shot that I don't have to worry about. The mountains and everything are the same. The explosions I'll worry about. And actually, there's really not much lighting I have to do. Improvements in the background. Let's just bring them all in.
Do you think little Pip would have had enough legitimacy on her own to do what she did without Celestia also being there? Like, do you think people would have followed her as easily? But Celestia being there was kind of a big deal, I would imagine.
Celestia being there, I don't think changed too much for little Pip. I think,
like after the fact.
I think that Celestia being there was just more of a story element. It's one of those things of at the end of a story getting the truths. And Celestia was the one that gave a lot more of that information, that finalized truths thing. And that is just how that works. And so it worked out perfectly that they could blend that in and have her story told and everything. Yeah. So that's, to me, why she was there. Well, she was the final truth sayer.
It was the whole like plot point for getting into the Single Pegasus project too. Because when Spike burnt little Pip up in a fire, she went to the princess. She went to Celestia.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy because Pip gets in there. She survived because she kind of knew what was coming and prepared herself for it. But there's other ponies who he killed over the years, and she just looks around and they're all dead. And best she can tell, they died from shock. Not from being burned in the fire, but they just died from shock. Which is feels like
there's also
survived.
There's also like starvation.
Yeah.
Eventually, anybody in there would die. Like how did they explain how little Pip can survive?
She just was ready for it.
Well, I know, but like, she still has food. Like her body requires sustenance.
Does it?
Yeah. Like
really? Are you sure?
Unless the thing was giving it to her.
She was alicorn in all but wings.
Yeah, but you still have to eat. Don't alicorns just consume meat? Nothing but meat?
They consume
the body of orphans?
Cake and pineapples.
Cake, pineapple? I can tell. Pancakes.
Yes.
Yeah, Celestia ate. I mean, to me, means that she must consume food.
I think they say she comes out of the pod periodically. She just never leaves the room. She's not like prison in that pod in the sense that she can't come out. She stays in the pod because she needs to constantly watch over things. So she just doesn't go far from the pod, but I'm guessing she gets out to eat.
To find orphans.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Horse is hungry.
Velvet Homage would visit her pretty regularly within the tower, and they were talking over her while she was in the pod, but I think it's implied she comes out periodically. I think Homage was remiss that she was getting older. She was like 30, which is not old in the epilogue.
How long do horses live?
Forever. Remember? Our D&D game.
Yeah, okay, that's not. You can't.
Horses live forever.
You're a stupid dwarf.
It's always implied, Pony Universe, they live as long as we do.
For sure.
Yes. Sweetie Belle, they gave the age of 5, and she was still very much a small child. In one episode. Yeah. No, Homage was like noticing she was getting older, but Pip wasn't. Even though I don't know how much you notice by the age of 30 that you're getting old.
I don't know. My back tells me a lot quicker than the rest of me.
I suppose. But she was like,
I'm not even 30s anymore, man.
It's like, I'm going to be an old hag.
How old are you again, Michael?
28.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to do an insight check.
In Project Horizons, yeah. There's like, they meet in the future and then they get on a rocket together to go pick up Homage on the moon. Not Homage, Rampage on the moon. I will say Project Horizons sometimes was pretty over the top. Me too, Nolan, me too.
I should probably figure out camera on this just to make sure I got things locked in. I did want to do a 50, but the question was, how do I use a 50? Because this is going to have the camera going forward, and so I kind of wanted to have the camera here going forward too. So I want to have everything else be a background. So I want to make sure the camera is rotating around Rarity. She should be the focus here. So we're going to. Oh, okay. So this was 9 seconds. I got to do this. So here's the thing. I was like, wait, I got a lot more time than I thought.
I will say. Oh.
No, nothing. You can go.
I will say for Rampage, her end was pretty cute. She basically, the Phoenix Stone, which was in her, which gave her immortality, finally broke from her dying over and over and over and over and over again on the moon for like the better part of 100 years.
Essentially, it was just doing the Philosopher's Stone thing of it ran out of souls type thing.
And they get to her, and her body fades away, and what remains is the filly that accepted the stone in the first place. So she goes back to being a child. She still remembers everything, but she's in the body of her young self, and she's ecstatic because now she has the opportunity to have a normal life, which she couldn't have with the stone. She tried and it failed miserably.
Why can't she have a normal life
with the stone?
Yeah, just because she could be like, I can throw myself in a barrel down a hill and it won't hurt me.
Because it also had 8 different personalities in her.
Yeah, there's that too,
and she had a child.
But if you lived your whole life,
she snapped its neck.
If you lived the majority of your life with multiple personalities, which one is you?
That's something she sometimes questioned.
I know, which means then if she removed those personalities, is she still the same person?
She knew who she was. The others were like voices. That was something.
I know, but when you spend, let's say you spend 95% of your life with all those voices.
Yeah.
Then which is the real you? The one with or without?
It's
because you spent the identity that you've created was mostly with them there.
I think it was more of a conversation than anything that was constantly on.
I know, but at that point, I still feel like it's you spent enough time as something that it's now become who you are.
Yeah.
So
I think
like if we took you and then you're like you do a reset and you don't care about horses. Because you want to like.
I care about horses.
I know, but see, that's a part of who you are now.
Yes, but my parents talking to me all the time doesn't make them part of me.
Well, I know, but if you took that part out of yourself, is it still Michael?
No, it's an abomination.
Yeah. So Rampage maybe is just deserving of all those voices.
One of the voices was her mom, which did try to protect her. There was only one soul within her that was actually dangerous, and I think her name was Mercy. And it was a nurse who took it upon herself to relieve the suffering of others by killing them in their hospital beds. And the fact that she was in there was kind of the crux of her problems, because she had a kid and she loved that child. And that child, one day the nurse took over and snapped that child's neck because it didn't want anybody to live in a world with such suffering. And who was the father?
Wait, Michael, that kind of scares me. Like, you need to stay away from Kyle's kid.
Why would I?
Because there's not enough horse in their household.
Yeah, that is a real suffering situation.
Yeah.
Not enough horse. I think one of them was a psychiatrist. funny enough
kinda
inside
like
the
this
head
more.
of somebody with like 8 personalities. There was her mom. There was 8 in total. I remember. I can't remember more than those. Her mom, the psychiatrist, the doctor, and Mercy. And then there was like 4 or 5 others, but I can't remember. I don't think they were as prevalent. Look it up. Pretty sure she's got like a wiki page. And I think, if I remember right, her cutie mark would change when one of the other personalities had taken over the individual's cutie mark. And I think they only talked to Twist one time when
Tear stuffer.
Deus showed up and Twist talked to him. And I think she kind of forgave him in that moment.
The personality that has to pay taxes is the only legal one. All right. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, though.
It's like, I am not...
I'll be back in a minute.
Like, oh no. Where is it? I got an ad that won't go away. I am not cute. I am the top reaper of all Fluffington. And I'm a crazy immortal death machine. Rampage is a filly. That's right. He isn't a crazy immortal death machine. Because I think that was it. Every time she died, she would come back. If she got completely obliterated, she'd come back as a filly for a short while. Yeah, the cutie mark changed. I'm trying to check. Why am I not making the ponies smooch? There's nothing for them to smooch. There's nothing for... I can just make her happy. She's very sad. Let's make this horse happy and see if he notices. Trying to find the smile. Let's see.
What's funny is that I always know you've probably done something. If I come back and he's just silent. You were talking when I left.
Looking at my phone.
Uh-huh. Why is she smiling?
Because she's happy. She's never been so happy. Look at a happy horse. Aw. Got a little nose squished.
Why'd you do to her nose?
He got squished.
Because I left and you're like, blah, 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 blah. I walk in, silence.
Mercy's.
The timing's on those explosions wrong. I need to move them here. Let's do... So they happen at 7...
Okay,
2, I think,
Candy was her name. Nurse Candy. Huffington Angel of Death.
So I need to add 2.5.
A teddy bear was Officer Strongheart. Caring and compassionate, especially towards children. Barbed wire, razor wire, real name type unknown. Female thief and drug dealer.
Oh, no.
I actually liked Razor Wire, I think I remember, because she was kind of a badass and wasn't too thrilled with anybody, but even she was like, hey, be happy you're talking to me and not that nurse. Like, because she's effed up. Like, I've done some messed up stuff in my life, but...
Why were you named Razor Wire?
Well, it's because she was a raider.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like, she'd done some messed up stuff, but even she was, like, terrified of, what was it again? It was Nurse Candy. Nurse Candy was the one to be afraid of. She was a one of Pinky's agents of the Ministry of Morale, is who Razor Wire was. One of the nastier tentacles, or Dr. Octopus. He was the psychiatrist. A zebra by the name, it was a zebra was in there. And Twist, her mom. And I guess that was all of them. So it was like 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 personalities, including herself. And her, so 7 in total. And they were all relatively nice people. Maybe Razor Wire less so, but didn't kill people for no good reason.
No, there's a good reason.
Well, she was part of the Ministry of Morale. And then there was the zebra who didn't care much for ponies because they were a combatant on the other side of the war. But at the same time, none of them were like, would kill a child in their sleep, except for Nurse Candy, which Nurse Candy did.
Well, would you rather do it while they're awake?
I don't think she cared either way.
Well, yeah, but you're saying like in the sleep, like it's a worse thing, but that sounds like the better thing. Like, would you rather do it while they're wide awake in front of their mother?
And screaming.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Nurse Candy who took over, where there was one foal actually wandering towards the lion at the city of Huffington that was going to kill them. And then she pushed them into it or something. It was a Rose, because there was Thorn and Rose. It was mother and daughter. And Thorn died, and then Nurse Candy took over and led Thorn to her death.
See, what's unrealistic, Michael, is that if you were in there, you would be constantly taking over because you'd be like, "Oh my God, there's so much horse." I'm a horse.
There's a
like that would be an amazing difference in the story. Like it's all dark and then suddenly out of nowhere, like eyes go like super black disc and there's like horse.
I like the idea is like there's a horrible personality living inside of me. It's like, is it Nurse Candy, the child murderer? No, it's like it's taking over. It's like guys want to smooch. We should totally smooch right now. It's all smooch, like in a big pile over there. It's gonna be great. And that would be the single most terrifying personality. The one who just wants to smooch.
Would it be?
I mean, for her, maybe.
I was like, because you're just explaining yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd be the personality.
You're talking earlier about the the you that's on stream is not the you that's like I just put on an act. I'm like, no.
Of course, I'd never act like this in real life. Just don't talk to anybody who knows me in real life.
Michael, if you get a delivery of like horse plush, you open it up, be like, ah!
Why wouldn't I? I ordered them. I'm very happy they arrived.
Yeah, like it says the person. It's just a show. No,
I have to convince people that at least when I first meet them, so they don't think I'm completely nuts. Look, everybody in stream, just know that I am a normal human being.
Anybody that uses those exact words is not a normal human being.
Football and
okay, Michael.
What?
Name one team in the playoffs.
Did Kansas City go this year?
I don't know. Actually, let's check.
If I'm right, then I'm not full of shit. Just look at the playoffs.
Or are they already down at the playoffs?
Then they're done with the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Damn it!
16-13 lost. Oh, they were in contention, but then they lost.
Close. I was so close to being normal.
I said MFL too.
Super Bowl's this weekend. Neat.
Okay, yeah, like, see, that's what I like. I have no idea if like
No, I'm normal. I can prove it.
who's in the Super Bowl. Like Seahawks and Patriots.
Cool.
That's pretty good. When I used to do football games and stuff, I used to sometimes do Seahawks. I don't give a shit now. Like anytime there's like a family event, there's almost always football now on during holidays because apparently you need a distraction from the times you're supposed to be spending with family. And it always gets turned on. But I think the last ones have been like Vikings and Detroit, which both are people in our family, so that makes sense. But still, it's like football's stupid.
Okay, it's very clear.
So
I need help. Chat. I need to do what a human male in his let's just say late 30s, early 40s, somewhere around there.
Well, I mean, technically, you can say if you're 25 plus 15, you can say you're in your late 20s.
There you go.
It's just very late 20s.
It's very, very late 20s. Should be like what is socially acceptable for them to be doing at this point in their life, and I'm doing that. I need to at least claim I'm doing that, but I don't know what it is. What is something I should be doing?
Getting married, having children.
Sure. Why not? I just have to find
Midlife crisis car.
I got the pinball machine.
Okay, yeah, I'll count that as a midlife crisis machine.
Midlife crisis pinball machine.
Maybe
like
you've grilled, so that's there.
I grill.
You don't mow the lawn.
It's because you do it. I did it a few times when we first moved in, but you've been doing it.
When's the last time you done it?
It's been a while.
Like since the first year we moved in.
Yeah.
Ever since I got the rider, because it's not as bad, but still like an hour and a half to like do the whole lawn.
Oh, this shit sounds so awful. I grill, sure.
You haven't traveled to Mount Rushmore and been disappointed.
No, but I hear it is very disappointing.
It is. All the pictures are make it look so big, but then when you stand there and it's so far away, it looks like this big, and you're like, wow. And like you can see it up close if you want to pay money and then look through a lens. Like then I'm just looking at a picture.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get closer, but they don't let you.
No. Too many people trying to make a name for themselves by breaking shit. Buying a pony. You see that's something I can get behind. That's a middle-aged adult thing to do. That Sunset has verified. I don't know. I do know people who like go through a lot of trouble to portray that normal's not the right word. That stereotypical, proper like white American middle-aged male.
Well, I know there's plenty of people that do that. I don't think that any of us in our group really do that.
I think some try.
Some try and have been trying more later maybe, but like overall, like I have no cares.
Yeah.
To me the whole idea is if you are happy, there's nothing that's done. I don't know what else to say. That's it. That you do, like you don't need to have any other check boxes. You're happy, good. Then you're good. Like I don't get any otherwise.
I think a good example was I was back in Kentucky and I did have a lot of friends like that. And the big thing was, and they almost had to do it to prove that that's who they were. It was very much about drinking whiskey, doing stupid shit, and then going down to like strip bars and like hooting at women. Like going into Hooters is built on the foundation of one of those things that you're supposed to do.
Hooters is kind
as
of
a guy.
Last I heard, Hooters is kind of failing though.
Yes,
so.
it is, because that mentality's kind of shifted away from that. But that's what it was. Like that was an entire industry built on that idea. That I don't know that anybody actually enjoyed it. It certainly wasn't the food.
Some people did, but it was just that was a form of entertainment to go and take advantage of. But now I think I would say it's demoralizing, but for some people it's also a form of income. So like I really can't go too much into that. But
it was entirely built on this idea of trying to live up to this idea of what a guy should be and what the guy should do.
No, I agree.
And
the male stereotype. Well, I would say the male stereotype's one thing. Female stereotypes are worse.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go out in public without makeup. And like certain ways to dress and certain ways to do this and certain ways to do that. And like they basically have all these restrictions that society has built over time, and we've turned into a norm, and we somehow another think that like that's a requirement for some.
The blue pink aisle follows us all into adulthood.
But blue and pink aisle is, I would say, not as much about blue or pink, but the colors aren't a thing. It is, but it's the idea that there has to be a separation.
Yes, it's this idea of separation, that there has to be. There's a way men are supposed to be, and there's a way women are supposed to be, and you can't. If you change that, you're fucking with the societal fabric that makes America great.
Seen less women wearing makeup, yeah, but the norm is still that they need to wear something. Why don't men have to do it? And like, why is the men's idea of things so much more lax? But then if a man did want to put more effort into something, suddenly he's called more feminine, and that is used as a put down. Like, there's so many problems I have with that.
Mm-hmm. People should be able to wear what makes them happy.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Have it labeled as like for a woman or for a man.
It should always just be whatever makes you happy, and then you're done. Like
as long as you're not hurting anyone.
As long as you're getting your happiness from somebody else's misery.
Yes.
But otherwise, that's the whole. Like, to me, the whole point of living. Yeah. So if having a kid makes you happy, great. If not, then who cares? I can understand that, like, society as a whole, like, requires that we maintain population, but there's also the problem of
there's
like
plenty of people out there having 10 kids. So.
No, we're on a decline.
Yeah, population wise, we're growing, but mostly because of immigration.
We're always growing, but you're going to be hitting a point where it's going to have difficulty keeping up.
If you want people to have more kids, make having kids more affordable.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. But
has more to do
you
with
can have
anything.
you can be below the replenishment threshold and still be going up. But the problem is, by the time you start actually like having it become a problem, it's where you start doing rash decisions like China did, where they like cut it to one kid only. But then when they started having issues with this big gap of like non-taxpayers in a certain period, they started like pushing to have kids, but then you're gonna have too many, and really what you need is a balance. And we're not as bad as China in that regard, but we are working towards it. But the whole society, I think, requires that we have a like 2% increase at least.
Well, if you want that, then start providing health or childcare.
But even then,
like,
you can't have a 2% increase in population forever.
No.
Like, eventually, unless you want to get to like doing the Asimov caves of steel, where you have 30 billion people living within one city, underneath the ground, completely covered within some like stone covered whatever, and jam packed as tightly as possible just to maintain your population. Like, there's a certain point where you have to say, like, you need to balance it out to, like, you know, every couple has 2 kids, or on average 2 kids, because, you know, sometimes there's people like us that don't have any, and then other people have 3. So
and some people can't afford homes.
But when it used to be one income, then it required 2 income, but now it's barely 2 income. Yeah, and it's like, we're gonna have to bring child labor back.
There's 3 incomes to help them keep this place together.
Well, I could.
You could
without for a long time I did without one.
Yeah. Like this house?
Yeah. I could if I didn't have any renters, I could afford it. It would just, I wouldn't be saving anything.
Yeah.
It would just be like,
retirement.
No, I still do retirement. Yeah. I would just not have anything else. So if like the furnace went out, I'd have a hard time catching up to pay for it. Mm-hmm. That type of thing. But one renter I could do fine. 2 renters just makes it to where I can actually like start doing repairs and other things that I would want to do. Dancing at a bar at a bachelorette party. I got $1 in my boot from some old guy. Good things I was wearing leggings. In my 21st birthday, I went to a strip club, watched 3 dancers and drank 1 beer. By the end of the 3rd dance, I was like, this is it? I don't get the appeal. I want to go home and play a video game. First and last time I ever went. My brother is really big into like that traditional idea on a lot of things. Like when I went to college, he bought me poker chips. He's like, you're going to play a lot of poker in college. I never played poker. We played like Halo 2. And this wasn't like just my friends. We would do it with people throughout the entire hall. Like people would have their doors open and they would just be playing Halo. And we walk in and be like, hey, can I play with you? And like, sure. Like it was the dynamic was completely different, but that was the way he saw it. It had to be. But like for my 21st, he brought me up north to have drinks at a bar and stuff. And I'm like, it was neat, but I'm like, what's the fun of just sitting at a bar and just like staring forward and drinking? I didn't really get the appeal of that either, but that was to him what you do. And it's like, well, why not? Why don't you do something different? Like, do something more interesting. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the abbreviation for it. The respond to sunset thing is the reason they believe that is because they didn't know what was coming, and what was coming was genetically modified crops. Like we started like genetically altering our crops so that they would produce more food on less area, and that was like people in the 1950s didn't see how far that would go and thought we'd all be starving to death by now, but that didn't happen, and it's because we have those.
Even so, like having it where you keep running into a crisis to divert an eventual much larger crisis means you should probably still deal with something like global warming. We kept finding ways to work around it for a while, but instead we've just started now working towards a problem that will be there no matter what we do.
But we already know how to control population growth by increasing the cost of living.
It's a genocidal lottery.
Or you just make housing unaffordable, food unaffordable, and people don't have kids.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're doing it.
Yeah, it's inequality is what you're saying.
I am saying that the fact that we can't afford anything is why population isn't growing. And if you want to control population, that's how you do it. You make things unaffordable.
Yeah, it's working pretty good.
I mean,
but I don't think that was the intent of it.
But there were people even back in like the 1920s who said that if you wanted to control population, this is how you do it, and it's almost exactly the society we live in today.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's correlation, not causation.
Yes, I know. But at the same time, if you did want to control population growth, what we're doing by accident is what you would want to do.
We are very bad about future thinking and trying to say that if you're a rich person that wants to maintain a rich and powerful whatever, you're not going to care what happens when you die. You can care what your kids do, but from what I can tell, most don't give a shit about their kids. They care about what their empire and what it can do. So trying to think about what they can do to society 100 years ago to make a modification to now, that's not rich people doing rich things. That's Illuminati. Like that is thinking some much deeper thing, but that makes no sense because those people are long gone and they wouldn't be able to take advantage of it. So why would they? Instead, it's short-term greed leading to the long-term solutions or long-term problems we've been having.
I think it's just that the thing he predicted to control population growth is just what we ended up doing anyways as a result of like runaway capitalism.
Yeah, it was
not intentional.
Not intentional, but it ended up being a side effect.
Yeah, well, it's just what we did. It's what we decided was the thing to do, I guess.
Get rid of those two. The book negative, I don't need that anymore either. So I kind of want to get rid of all the lights and kind of go one by one and figure out what that light is doing and stuff. So like, for instance, this light is cut right there. That doesn't really work very well when it's supposed to be like hitting like her. So we need to, being one at a time, I can now see where those issues are. So this does cause it to be a little bit bright on her. That is fine, because I just dropped the intensity to like something that is more manageable. Let's say that looks pretty good. And then we just push the volumetrics back up again. Though the radius is very high on this, we're going to decrease that a bit as it gives me a little bit more control of it. Yeah, I'm going to put other lights around her anyway.
Ponies. I like them.
Okay.
Something new to talk about. Let's talk about ponies. Chat, tell me your favorite pony thing. Anything pony. Just yell pony at me. That's all I really want. I want to be surrounded by a group of people just saying pony, pony, pony. Or I guess the thing is mares now, isn't it? There's a group of people in a room saying mares over and over and over again. It's just the pure joy moment for bronies now. And you know what? I get it. You don't have to be talking about anything as long as it's pony, and the most like simple way to do that is just to say mares all the time. Like, there's nothing left to talk about. We've talked about everything there is to talk about pony, but we don't want to stop talking about pony. So you just keep saying pony, mare, pony. I like my horse.
That sounds like
my horse.
That sounds like a disease. Like,
yes,
you just.
It is a mental illness that prevents us from having other mental illnesses.
What?
Like, if I
can't be mentally ill if I already have one.
No, I already have one. I don't need another, and it prevents the
Invincible.
Yes. It's like you're mentally ill. It's like, yes, but at least I'm not a murdering psychopath, and you know why? I'm too busy thinking about mares.
Yeah, because I mean, if I wanted to be a murdering psychopath, I would just play Call of Duty 7.
Yeah. Looking back,
according to the news,
playing some of those games, I do regret it a little.
A little?
Little. Especially that airport scene in Modern Warfare 2. Like, they give you the option to skip it, but when you're 10, you never choose that. You want to play those levels.
I am still very proud that in Spec Ops: The Line, I picked the right option.
You did.
When everybody was, the shadow people were coming at you, I first try, without any spoilers, I shot into the air and dispersed the crowd instead of shooting at the people, which is was the much rarer option, because I was like, I'm not going to shoot them. Why would I shoot them? This doesn't make any sense. And so, yeah, I love that scene because it was so good for that. You can't buy the game anymore, so that's
you
not
can probably
spoiler.
still get it on like Green Man, a key.
Yeah, you probably
use
can.
it on Steam, and then you can get it that way.
You can't get a key on a Green Man. I thought you said
you get it
God
on
for
Green
some
Man,
reason.
and then you activate it on Steam. It can't stop you if you really want it. But the whole thing with Spec Ops: The Line, though, is it was a game that looked at games like Call of Duty and said, no.
No, the Spec Ops: The Line keys were removed by the developer, and Green Man sells them from the developer. So if the developer chooses to shut it down, then Green Man's probably going to shut theirs down too.
Unless they already have a shit ton of them in stock.
Yeah, but
let's see.
No, because if the developer wants to have something taken down, they're going to take it down. Green Man can't say, well, we have 10,000 more keys, we'll just keep selling them without you. No, that doesn't work that way.
There's a lot of physical keys out there too.
Yeah, the physical keys are different, and they will, but there's a certain expiration date on keys now. Like, you can't just have keys forever. Like, I have a huge list of free games that I probably should just start giving away on here again to give away. And I actually just today, because I haven't, like, combo bundles, choice bundle just came up today, and it has Resident Evil Village, Date Everything, Core Keeper, Starvaders, Scroll with a Gun, Streamworld Build, Bus Simulator, and Big Helmet Heroes. I already have, I believe, Resident Evil Village, Core Keeper, and Starvaders. These are both really good games. I don't think I actually care about playing this one. But it's like, I kind of want to Scroll with a Gun, but you can skip a month, and it's like, do I want to skip the month and miss out on that? So I'm thinking about just taking it and then giving you, like, but giving away the keys for the other one.
You can still buy the keys on a platform called G2A.
I have no idea what that is.
But they're selling the keys.
Yeah, but I think I'd have to double check an expiration, which is really hard to verify if keys are expired. But I think I have like 20 something game keys for like decent sized games to give away. Oh, that's Redwood. We need to do another one of those. I think Sunset and Redwood and I have talked about trying to figure out like the method for doing giveaways, and I think I have a link to a platform. Yes, Tom's giveaway
But Spec Ops: The Line was a game that came out
for a bot to make that a little easier.
in the middle of all those Modern Warfare games, and basically took a look at the genre and said, actually, no, this is glorifying warfare. Warfare is a horrible, terrifying, and messy thing.
I know, and I agree.
It looks like.
And I wouldn't say that it shows what warfare looks like. It shows the mind of a person in a warfare situation, and I think it does a really good job with that. It's unrealistic in some ways, but it does show how some choices in war can have such horrible consequences.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're trying to do the right thing, because in the end, war's about killing the other person.
But the other thing is, it's reflecting back to the player that you are playing a video game, and in that game, you want to be the hero. And here is a game where you're not the hero.
You think you're the hero.
You're the hero, and you want to be the hero, but things keep going wrong. But you keep going forward anyways because you want to be that hero so very badly.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's
you can stop at any time as it gets worse and worse and worse, but you don't.
And in some ways, I would say like sometimes it's definitely where people think they want to be the hero, but I think in the most sense is we've become accustomed to what a game gives us. And we don't think about it as, like when you're in a war game and you go bang, 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 shooty, 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 laugh, laugh, laugh. But that we're losing it, we're becoming desensitized to some of those things, where now we're glorifying like war things. You can go online for the company I work for and dozens of other like defense things out there where all their videos out there are trying to make it look like video game, like cool actiony things about look how cool this cool thing is and what it can do. And we're desensitized from the fact that that is a murdering machine. It's a thing that is meant to like blow a person to bits or to destroy a person's life, to kill a father, to kill a child, to kill somebody. And having a game that backs away from that and says, no, this is kind of more realistic to what it is, and makes you think about the consequences of those things is good. We just don't have enough of those. We have instead Call of Duties that just like give you super fancy warfare gear and have you run out there and just shoot anything that moves.
And be the hero. Like I think there's a part in Spec Ops: The Line, spoilers, the game's like 2 decades old now.
It holds up really well from a story perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, graphically, not really.
It's still Modern Warfare 2 graphically, but which isn't that bad in my opinion.
No, but we're old. We're old. So
we're old. Like there's a part where you're like trying to wipe out there's a guy who convinces you that there's a group of like terrorist holdouts who are messing with the minds of the people and bringing them into their cause. And they got to be stopped because these are horrible terrorists. So you go in there with the help of this guy and you wipe them all out, only to find out that all they were was a local relief group trying to get water to a bunch of refugees. And they were fighting, they were defending, they had weapons. They were trying to kill you because you were trying to kill them. But they were just trying to get food and water to like very thirsty and hungry people. And you're like, oh well, I've killed them, but we got to keep going. And the people around you are like, you should stop. We have to stop. But you keep going because the game makes you keep going, right? Because it's a game. It has an end, it has a beginning. But at the end of the game, the big thing is they say, you tell yourself you couldn't stop, and you kept going because you wanted to be the hero. But you could have stopped at any time.
I really don't think it's any more about people. There's definitely some people that want to have a thing where they're being the hero, but I would say it's less about being the hero. They just want to see and do cool things. Like they're not putting themselves in that person's shoe, because to me that's what you want to be a hero. You are putting yourself in the shoe that the antagonist and you or the protagonist, and you are trying to be them. Most people I think are just about, I want to be told a good story while sitting behind the screen as a third party. And that's a little different than being a hero.
Well, they say at the end of the game, like in the game's words, you want it to be the hero.
Yeah, I think most people aren't doing that to be a hero.
Like they they play the game with the intention that they will come out the victorious, save the princess.
Most games don't have any other option.
Yeah.
You either die and never get there, or any action you get to the end of the game is because you won it.
Like,
you can win or you can quit. That's the only two options. Not many have it as lose.
I mean, there are some games nowadays where you can play to be the villain, like Fallout New Vegas, for instance. You can choose to be the villain.
Yeah, but most of those are hollow experiences because it's like, even for D&D, they talk about playing a villainous campaign is difficult because sympathy is a difficult thing to do when you like having boundaries and lines and stuff. How do you do that as a villain? It's possible, but you have to really flip so many things around and find different ways to have certain emotions in certain ways. Like there's
Spec Ops does so well. You are the villain, but you never feel like you're the villain.
Yeah, but they also like give you false information in a way that because you got like weird psychosis. Cerberus says, are you aware of the Frostpunk anthology plus art book campaign they have on? Is that like a Kickstarter? He's not just a Frostpunk fan. He's Frostpunk 1.
Frostpunk 1, I have very little interest in 2 at this point. I don't hear good things. I hear it's basically a different game. I also hear that I am out of beer and I am needing to use the restroom. You want another beer?
I kind of like the lower camera on that. I don't know if I'm gonna grab another. Well,
Still the peanut butter and chocolate one.
I don't know if I want a whole other beer. I made my first drink pretty strong, and we're gonna be drinking tomorrow too.
Okay. I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off. So no more dehydrates. There was made the first drink pretty strong, but then we have D&D tomorrow, and I don't like drinking too much in a row. It's a Kickstarter thing. Oh, okay. They're making a book with stories set in the world if you're interested. He likes the game. I don't think he cares about the world to the point of reading books. I kind of wish that there was like an effect that made like a little bit more like a mesh look, that kind of like having like an overlying mesh that I could put a light on that would kind of like reflect to make it look like there was a larger structure that was staying in place and taking an impact. But that's much harder to do. Yeah, I could put a mesh there and shine a light at it, but all the other lights that are back there would also be hitting it, and it would be either visible all the time or hard to make like work in certain situations. Plus, with the depth of field kicking in here, it would also be a little bit rough. So I think I'm just gonna not do that. Okay, so the volumetric light back there is fine, but so this, like, not volumetric, the white light, its purpose, is this a volumetric or just a normal light? It's just a normal light. So that light's purpose is to create the normal, like a little bit of separation from things in the background, but normally things that go into the distance would kind of like have a little bit of an opaqueness kind of to them, and I'm not getting that. I want to try something.
Have this minstrel.
Okay. I did really like that Irish Cream one. It is about as
very good.
For what I would want from a Irish Cream ale. That is pretty much it. Mm-hmm. So, or Irish coffee.
It was a lot like the Dead Irish Poet.
Oh, that one's a darker one though. I'm not a big fan of like big like stouts and stuff. I really like that one because it wasn't a stout, so it was a little lighter. We're gonna try taking the mountain model here. We're then going to add an alpha layer to it so that I'll make it somewhat transparent, and that might allow it to kind of like fade into the distance to make it feel like there's a second layer of something. I want to see if it works. If not, oh well. But being the light that I'm shining back there for the light colored is not it's not a volumetric. It's just shining on the background. It means I can't put anything in there to like kind of blend in otherwise. But this might work.
Hangover plus DM equals cranky DM, spiteful DM. Players dying, humiliating deaths.
No. I wouldn't. Oh, that actually does
He's
work.
already thought about killing me twice.
You made decisions.
Thought about it.
You made decisions that I had to think about it from that character's perspective, and that character probably would have attacked you. And I was
even
on
thinking at that time.
I was on the verge of having somebody that could probably have destroyed you pretty easily, attacking you.
Just because she doesn't like spiders, which is not very nice.
It wasn't. No, it was a little deeper than that. And there is one. I have to add it to my list. There's a conversation topic to bring up on that beforehand next time. So,
am I not allowed to be a spider?
no, you can. You can do whatever you want, but actually, if you push in certain directions, it can change the direction that I make I push your character.
I know you would say you want to change my alignment, but
So I looked that up. No, I wouldn't. But if you maintain actions like that, it could, because alignment's about repetition. It's about showing things, and true neutral, which you say you are.
Neutral good.
Neutral good. Okay, neutral good. Neutral good. You can state that you misread a situation, and therefore,
I definitely misread the situation.
yes. But even when it was obvious that you did, because you have a high wisdom, you can't claim that you didn't misread it. High wisdom means that you technically can read a person very easily. Because of that, you leaned into it to make a crude joke. In doing that, that led more chaotic. So in doing that, you went that direction, where if you said, I misread the situation, I'm sorry, that would have been a different situation. That would have been true or good or neutral good. You didn't. If you keep doing things like that, then it would lead to an alignment shift.
I changed and went back to the bard.
Oh, the bard?
Bard.
Oh, yeah, you did. After you said you made a joke about it, and then when she threatened to attack you and started casting defensive spells on herself, you stood there and did nothing, meaning that you still were leaning into it.
By not replying while you did things?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you your opportunity to do stuff.
No, I am going to keep doing things.
See, this is why we interrupt each other.
It's up to you to interrupt me.
Well, you said not to interrupt you.
When?
You said that we interrupt each other too much.
No, you interrupt each other, not me.
I'm going to interrupt you all the time now.
No, it's if you need to do something as a DM, I'm going to keep moving forward because I am the world and the world keeps moving.
But that's why we interrupt each other, is because we're afraid we won't be able to interrupt you over somebody else.
Then you say, hold on. Then things pause. Then we figure it out.
It's chaos.
You don't have to just. What bothers me when you guys say it is that you all say what you're going to do at the same time, but I only can do one thing at a time.
Because we're afraid things are going to happen before we get the opportunity to do the thing.
So I've already got a strategy I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But yeah, it's just. It's. I only have a problem when everybody's talking at once about what they want to do, but I only can listen to one person at once. If you have something to do, you just say, "I have a thing to do." And if 3 people do it, then we go one by one. But when you all are trying to give me the details, I don't know what the hell you all are saying. I've been listening to Jay once in the middle of this conversation. You just started talking. And I'm like, I'm on Jay right now. And you just kept talking. And I'm like, I am in the middle of something.
I don't want to die.
And in that, I remember I wasn't saying anything. I was staring forward, trying to decide what to do, and you stood there staring back. You weren't interrupting me. You were just waiting. And whether I was going to attack, you could have easily said at any point.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
It was very close. And the only person that could have brought you back was the one that killed you.
Maybe you should feel bad.
You were so close to being murdered.
I was helping.
No, you were joking, making immensely dark jokes so that were funny at the table, but weren't funny to the person that was hearing them.
I didn't know that they were good friends.
This explosion's going off.
Co-workers at best. And no context to their relationship.
That's a little better. I want to double check these then too. Yeah, these are a little off too.
He actually drinks the least at the sessions.
What are you talking about?
You drink less than us generally at these sessions.
Normally I drink more before we start than anybody else. I usually will have 2 drinks like in the first half hour.
You're like, don't tell people I'm not a drunk.
No, I'll do that, and then I'll have maybe 2 more as we go. I slow down after that because I want to get loose, and then I'm good from there. So, but yeah, I don't. I drink during, but sometimes it's a little harder while we're playing because I'm always having to do something. Where when you have downtime because I'm working with somebody else, you could just start like drinking. Where sometimes like I want you to go use the restroom, but I can't for like the next 20 minutes because we're in the middle of combat or something.
You can stop to go to the bathroom.
I usually do once it goes to somebody's turn and they go, But also, I want to get in the habit of everybody, and especially now, we're really going to start pushing turns faster and faster for combat.
So that you can go pee?
No, so you see your combat order. You know when your turn's coming up. Be ready with something. And if the situation changes, you have to adjust, but it's... In real combat, you should be able to react and not just min-max your turn.
Yeah.
So
I would.
it was always the smartest action, but kept things moving. Yeah, and that's the way it is. And it's usually
That was only true during Gloomhaven.
yeah, and that's what I want to try to make it doing is that in real combat, you're not always going to make the smartest action. You're going to make an action based on the information that you know at that time that just works because your turn's 6 seconds, and so we're giving you 10 minutes to make a decision. Doesn't really make sense. I can understand giving you a minute or two because you are not that person with all the knowledge ingrained at the moment.
I think a lot of that comes from the fact that there are some people in our group who try to take other people's turns for them. So that when it's their turn, they're like, no, don't do that, do this. And suddenly whatever idea that person had in their head is now out the window because there's somebody else in the group who's trying to dictate their character.
In D&D, though, you shouldn't be able to plan in something unless you are saying your character says it out loud. And even then, if it's not your turn, they can't. If there's information that they have and it would help that other person or they're planning something, it's too late. Their turn's over.
Yeah.
And so if it should be like, even if somebody says, well, I was going to do this, you should say, well, based on the information I have, this is what I'm doing. Your D&D is about telling a story, not min-maxing combat.
I'm not the one trying to control other people's characters.
I know. I'm just saying that that's what it will be.
That's very much why some turns.
But I want to have it where people are like when people's turns are going on, that that person does their turn, everybody else is quiet. Like if people are trying to do something, it shouldn't be other people interrupting or trying to optimize your turn. It's your turn. It's your attack. It's for you to do what you do. It may not be the best decision. You've almost got killed twice now.
And I had to hear about it from everybody the entire combat about how if I just listened to them.
But in that situation, they did tell you that before the combat.
No.
So like that was a conversation at the table while you were planning.
There was a lot of like ahead of time, like as I was doing it, things were being yelled at me. And I was making
you are not
random decisions.
There are other people that are better to have do the first turn than others. So I think that
wasn't my intention to do the first turn. It was that I was trying to do anything because you were saying.
See, now you're blaming an E.
Well, you were saying you were gonna force something to happen if nobody.
No, I was gonna if people take too much longer, I was gonna have them roll stealth again.
So I started doing something
because you're whispering in the woods in the distance, like I was going to. But instead of allowing a potential roll, you forced a roll. So instead of a potential negative, you turned it into a forced negative.
That's because somebody was forcing the timetable up.
I know, and you forced the decision.
Yeah.
So you did it
because
before
nobody
I
else
had
was
the.
making a decision.
So yeah, you could have just said, "Hey, let's back up and make a decision."
I said, is anybody going to do anything?
No,
like
you could say
3
back into the
times?
forest. Why didn't you just back up?
Because we were getting ready for combat.
Yeah, no, but if everybody backed up to actually have a conversation, then it wouldn't be a problem, right? Fireball. They don't have fireball yet. And even if they can, I think Kyle's the only one that can actually learn fireball.
Anybody can learn fireball if they have a hard bottle of liquor and a rag with a lighter.
Oh, they're gonna do something else. Why this was working before for like this effect? Okay, now it's working. Before it was like not working for a bit there. Okay, but this. Hold on, I want to see here. So this is what it looks like at its max. Crack.
You gotta test that armor.
And this is what it looks like here. That is very bright by comparison. I need to up the brightness on these.
Styrofoam and gasoline. That's how you make napalm. Yes.
So this is the negative. And the negative needs to be more negative.
I don't know where you get styrofoam at though, or gasoline for that matter, in the D&D universe.
I don't think styrofoam exists. You can potentially make styrofoam.
Lamp oil. That's probably more of a kerosene. The byproduct of kerosene is gasoline, but in olden times we didn't know what to do with it, so it just got dumped into rivers. This was really great for the environment.
Yeah, we're so much better about it now.
Well, we're better about it. There's just more of us causing problems. Hello. You brought your horse, I see, Plasma. That's a very good horse. Is that horse? Can you put it on the nose? Yeah. Like, that's why they actually, the whole city of London at one point had to go on a huge thing to
Gardaloo.
clear out the Thames. Gardaloo?
Yeah. You know what Gardaloo is?
No.
It's the
Sounds like a scootaloo.
it's the phrase in Europe you would yell as you're throwing your shit out the window.
No, okay.
It was a Gardaloo, and that would be to warn people that your poop is coming.
It is the year of the pony. That's why all the cool pony stuff's over in China right now. They even had a really cool pony calendar, which I saw pictures of, but couldn't find any way to buy it. It's like really, really nice. Like better than any calendar we've ever gotten over here. Custom illustrations, very elaborate, very ornate. We didn't get that. At best, we got like chintzy, like printed off of a printer, like show images calendar for like G5. Like there was an official pony calendar for 2025, and I didn't see anything in the US for 2026.
So
Europe and Ponyville.
these lights seem off because this is below and this is above. Why? Oh, because I'm grabbing the wrong two. I think I messed those up. Something seems off here. Because I'm getting the dark and the light are on wrong sides.
Is that? But that's not how it's going to appear in the finished, is it? Because
well, no, it's the problem I'm having is the light's supposed to be is above here but below here. Why? It shouldn't do that. If all of these lights are, so if I take, let's grab this one and position for this one specifically, and we're just going to paste it to all the others.
I know I'm an ox, but I don't know what
it's perfect.
Like, the first part is. Like, I have to look. My Chinese, like, thing.
Okay, now that's actually doing things correctly.
Okay, so I'm a wood ox.
Not a horse?
No, not so.
You couldn't even get a horse in that sense?
No, an ox. What are you?
Okay, this is...
Do you know what yours is?
I can't remember.
I'm gonna look it up.
If I'm a horse.
Better not be. Oh, good. Yours worse than mine. I'm happy.
I'm a rat.
You're a rat. A wood rat. And I'm a wood ox. You're, it makes sense, actually.
Okay. So once this shifts to this angle, though, it starts feeling like, for one, really not in frame or like in sharpness. How close is her hoof to the actual crack? It is right on it. Okay. It doesn't feel like it, but that's probably because
You can put her hoof into the window a little bit.
I could, but the problem is
stuck in the window.
the light is going to be, or the crack is going to be in her hoof too. Then, it's probably going to work though, because the crack has a depth, and because of that, it makes it look like you can see underneath her hoof a little bit, and I don't want that.
That is an interesting quote, Ninesky.
Your dad went in Derby's mouth.
I don't remember that one, but special. This is a special one.
Okay, that looks a little better from the like depth perspective. Yeah, now it looks like she's actually on the crack. I wish it was clearer, but there's really nothing I can do on that. Kind of. Maybe? Where's this model? I might be able to upscale the crack image.
You have so much time spent on that crack.
Yeah. Okay.
Got lost in the current image in front of me.
Okay, it is pretty low texture. So if I were to up that, so this is alpha. This is the one that it opened, right? Double check that. It specifically opened the alpha. What I can probably do is upscale this, and that might actually help because it's probably having some of the like weird, like it's getting stepping because the pixels are being enlarged so much. It might be better if I just make this bigger. Let's do this. Let's export. Boom. And I believe I can't put a targa into the upscaler. Okay, that's the one we've been using. All right, so we're gonna save a copy. We need to do this as a PNG. We'll just save it as the same thing. There we go. Let's see here. Where ground? There we go. 100%. Darn Husky next door just started the songs of their people. Huskies are adorable.
They are.
Let them sing their song.
You say that until it's like day 12 of the dog singing its people song.
It's people song?
It's people. It's singing about people. It's people.
You're an ox. Well, they got the size, right?
Woof.
Wait, is that the original? Okay, I need to do this one, I think. Just in case. All right.
I think all that kind of stuff, everybody can apply what it says to themselves because everybody's a little narcissistic.
It's the right one.
So it's all the same. What is it? Astrology nonsense.
I think that is
Just based on the year instead of the stars.
I'm just gonna save over this just to
But
see if it's the right
it is kind of
one.
fun in the way like groundhogs are fun from thinking that they are clairvoyant and can predict the seasons,
That's much bigger.
which they absolutely can. Groundhog, like astrology is bullshit, but groundhogs being able to predict the future,
Yeah.
that shit's real.
That I mean, that I don't. All the other stuff, just by hearing what it sounds like, it's
Yeah.
obvious that it's a bunch of bullshit. But the groundhog, I mean, I don't know why anybody would think otherwise.
Clairvoyant and all powerful. All praise the groundhog.
You're loading image.
Sacrifice
yeah,
your
this
children
is-
to the groundhog.
This is some stupid like codex issue.
Do not anger
You just have to like go in here and then save as PNG
I think
just to get the codec right.
people do like to derive things from nothing. It's just human nature. That's why we have religion.
Wow. Cracks Alpha. We're gonna call this
Controversial.
Alpha 2. Hmm.
But
Okay.
the only thing I believe in is one thing and one thing only, and that is the power of the groundhog.
Hold on, I'm old. I'd have to go and like actually replace the file. I can't just do an override on this. So we're gonna do that. Then I can. Anything going forward would technically be a better quality. If Source Filmmaker and just the Source Engine in general doesn't care what the resolution of a texture is, it cares only about the shape of it. So if you increase the size of it, it'll still shove it in the same box and just make it a higher
I don't
quality.
know what you read, Sir Edward, but Punxsutawney Phil called for 6 more weeks winter this year. The Pennsylvania groundhog, whose name nobody bothers to remember, that one said early spring. So clearly, Punxsutawney Phil is the one that we continue to follow.
Okay, so this still looks
The other Pennsylvania
quality.
groundhog is the false prophet, and we should murder him.
There's a chance that the where's over?
Those ponies.
The reload all doesn't reload textures that are used for lights. So I want to see if this will do it. What I think we need to do is make it a more democratic process by just get like 400 groundhogs and then just average it out.
No, there's only one omnipresent, like, clairvoyant head groundhog.
Who was the groundhog before him?
It's always been him. Anyone who tells you differently is a liar. Punxsutawney Phil's been around forever,
Okay,
and he
yeah, it
will
was that.
be forever.
Now it's actually looking nice and clear.
Been the same hedgehog for 1,000 years, or groundhog.
It helped a little bit for the quality, but I wouldn't say it did too much. But it looks right here, but as the camera goes and shifts in, it gets too dark. I think the bright portion is fine. So what we can do is, so when the camera goes from here, and it's the turning of the camera, so it's pretty consistent. So I will say it is an even amount of change. We're going to grab our crack lights. That sounds more like I'm doing drugs. And we are going to add 1.
Do not anger the groundhog, Sir Edward. If you do, he will trap you into an eternal time loop in which there is no escape. For that is his power. That is his presence.
All right, and then I will drop it just a little bit here.
Still one year where they go just ask him for the weather for Groundhog Day, and he just starts levitating and his eyes roll back in his head and starts chanting tongues. He predicts the future. And when this magical...
Are you sure that isn't what he does every year?
Yes. I know, Sir Edward. Beware. It's like, behold his power. I will say Groundhog Day is not a super popular holiday, but it's one of my favorite. Just throat. It's just so nonsensical that it's fun. I like those. I think that's why Halloween's so popular. Is it's just nonsense. So to the point, it's just enjoyable. I like nonsense holidays.
So Michael, I'm looking at the hair.
Yeah. You're noticing that the shade's a little different than the tail, or what?
No, so
She dies,
here
so.
we have our hat model. And there's the head, and I can see
Gotta bake it. Bake the hat.
it is baked.
Bake it again.
What?
Her hair absolutely has weight. Unless I forget.
Enable. Bake.
Okay, it should be under Jiggle Bones.
There's no Jiggle Bones folder, but that's fine. That's usually just a naming thing.
No, I see Jiggle hairs all over the place. It's right there.
Oh, is this in a different folder? Why did I put props? There's a lot of stuff in unknown too. Okay.
Okay, what's going on? Okay, that's the tail. That was the hair. Oh, no, that's cheek. Oh, are you under? You're under the hat and mane. Did I not do the?
Yeah, this is the hat and mane.
Well, then why is it at the tail? This is why I need to test the armor. I'll fix the hair before the next time.
Yeah, jiggle hair. That's this hair.
Okay, it's not working. Why isn't it working? What'd you do?
I got nothing.
I'll fix it.
And I needed to do that because I needed to move her hair back a little.
Test the armor.
I'm doing things as I get to it.
Yes, but this is what happens when you don't.
I know, but I don't want to. Again, I don't want to spend hours and hours doing all the testing for everything, and then I never use
I
it.
had it tested. Thought it was working. This is how we go through a couple of iterations.
I'm not seeing.
I fixed Applejack's hair.
Like there's and the cheeks
You
would move.
complained.
I mean, I don't know why you have the cheekbones on this or the leg
I
bones.
didn't want to lose anything.
So I mean, there's that too. But
The hair should just be Jiggle Bones.
there's no hair back. I don't know where that one's coming from.
100% I had the hair done. Well, it's locked for one. It's not going to move if you lock it.
It's not locked. None of the jiggle bones are locked. Keep telling me that I did something wrong, but
I'm convinced you did something wrong. I'm just not sure what it is yet.
hat.
That works.
The hat works, but nothing else, Michael.
I'll fix it. You know, in the meantime, you could test the armor.
No, I'm doing this shot.
Good. You can't.
I'm not gonna on stream just do testing all day.
Fix the Applejack one that was broken earlier.
No. Again, I said before, like, you don't have to do this, you don't do that, and now that you have, you're demanding things of me.
I know.
No, it's gonna be as I
want the hair to move.
as I come across it, it will be requested. I probably should. Can you see that?
Like, she doesn't move at all in this shot.
Dirty. Oh yeah, I did want to check here. This light right here, something is lighting this. Oh,
I can't fix it in the middle of the stream. I don't have those powers yet.
So this one, I think I just have to increase the max all the way and just kind of take the white on there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now that got rid of that white line. Okay, good. This is separate line. That crack still feels very bright at this point. Not as bright there, so we're gonna dim the white portion a little bit as well.
That is correct, Sir Edward. Did predict that, and we all will be dead soon. The groundhog has spoken.
I believe Michael saw something like that
Yes,
and
I
then just
posted
took the joke. Yeah. And so it's not like Michael predicted or came across that idea. He stole it.
It is truth. It is a news headline. Do you doubt the power of the groundhog? Is that what I'm hearing?
As he comes flying through the window.
Yes. You doubt my power. Lightning bolts shoot from his eyes. I do want in Fallout 76, if they ever take it to Pennsylvania, that there's just psionically powered groundhogs. Like they tried to create like an actual like psychic groundhog, and they succeeded, and now they're just all over Pennsylvania, just mind blasting things.
It's Mexictonyville.
Yes.
He's a mecha. He's got laser eyes.
We're trying to use the FEV to develop a omnipresent groundhog for some reason. One that could truly get the predictions correct.
Okay, so the wall kind of goes a little bit beyond this, which I don't think it was intended to. Let's see if we can fix that quick. It only does because I didn't care if it went a little bit beyond, because why? There we go. So how wide is this? Okay, I could use a scalar thing, but it's easier on something like this just to add the general scale. Just bring it down to some number and then just shove it back in. The scaling is nice for when the option is needed, but I'm not going to use it just because it's the easier option. Then I gotta have to worry or rely on it more. Okay. Copy paste. Do the one up here. Okay, and then we'll do copy paste of all three of these.
Yeah, I was bummed to see this today.
That's fine. If they're delaying it, it's because they need to do the right thing.
I think they're just looking for the right launch window.
Talking about the Artemis, what is it, Artemis launch? Yeah,
Artemis launch. I'm looking forward to
our work has things all over the walls talking about Artemis, like on the screens.
I feel like it's not getting as much attention as I feel like it should. With everything else going on in the world, it's not that surprising, but it is pretty exciting. This one maybe less so. I will be surprised if Artemis 3 isn't an event though, because that's going to be man on the moon again for the first time since the 1970s. First time in my lifetime. First time in a lot of people's lifetimes. This guy's probably excited.
Why?
He likes space stuff.
Yeah, I like space stuff. Yeah. Wait, what did that? Did that frame? Did that help?
But the obvious thing is, this launch has to go well for them to do Artemis 3
Oh, is that pull
on schedule. Whenever it launches, I hope to be watching, which I probably will, unless it's like their launch window they decide is like 3 a.m. and then I probably won't be watching. But other than that,
I'm gonna totally watch it unless it's past my Betty by time.
if it's like 3 a.m. on a Wednesday, I'm not gonna. I'll catch the recording next day, and
I gotta get my beauty sleep because canasta's in the morning.
that's right. Exactly right. Who else here is excited for the manned mission to the moon? That should be next year, if this one goes well. It feels like one of those things that's never going to happen. Like it's like because NASA's always pushing stuff back further and further and further.
Because they don't do it unless it's right.
Yeah, like
It's not like they're doing it because of like any other reason. They're doing it because they just Need to make sure things are tested and done right.
But
We're going to the moon. Yeah, Artemis mission's about about getting another man on the moon.
Yep.
Or person. Sorry.
I mean, when I was younger, George Bush, 100% was like, before the end of my presidency, we're going to Mars.
That's just a little short.
Everyone was just like, no.
Yeah, that's a little short on the time period.
Well, I mean, Kennedy was the same way about going to the moon, and it did.
Yeah, but we had
the space program.
Yeah, but we had a motivator. Cold War. There was no motivation during Bush's presidency to do
Get
that.
to Mars.
Yeah.
And then we really wanted to do it.
Yeah, and we did. We really wanted to, but like, there, you need a motivator to get the money and everything to do that, and it was a surprisingly good motivator. The Cold War.
NASA probably looked at him. I'm like, do you have an unlimited budget and like a genie's lamp I can wish on? It's like, otherwise it's not happening.
Well, they 100% could have. It just, there was no possible way that they would be able to put those kind of resources into something like that, because those things still take a huge amount of resources, a huge amount of time, and nobody had that.
I mean, they could have bootstrapped their way there, but it wouldn't have been safe.
A failure because of Rush would have been devastating to the program. So, like, if Challenger would have happened during the Apollo missions, or if Apollo 13 actually ended up with their deaths, completely different. And we turned something that would have been a horrible situation into a heroic moment, but it could have been so bad. So bad.
To put they already got I think an etching of Celestia and Luna in the International Space Station on some of the circuit boards that went into the station itself, because when they were building some of the modules, Pony was super popular, and a few of the boards do have ponies etched into them.
Okay. So yeah, her hair, my plan was to pull it backwards a little bit. The jiggles might...
They're there. I just got to figure out why they didn't work.
The jiggles...
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. No, the thought is, though, the jiggles tend to have just a like bone down here. I really would prefer to actually. Well, yeah, because
I forget how I weighted it. I'll let you know.
Because I have to be able to, if I can move the hair itself back, but that would mean that the hair have to be on its own bone, separate from the hat. Mainly because if I just can't see her eyes.
Can you load in just the hat for me real quick and then bake it without doing anything else to it? I know I'm asking a lot.
No, it's just, I can try quick.
Okay. Beginner unknown. Would it be under unknown? No, there it is.
Nothing.
Well, drop down the jiggle bone menu.
I'm doing all jiggles.
Yeah, do one at a time. No.
No, if it doesn't work for one, it's not gonna work for any of them.
Why isn't it working?
But also, Michael,
what?
Why is the bone up here?
It's not.
Why is it over here?
Something is goofy.
Why is it over here?
Something is goofy. I don't know what you did.
Yuck. I didn't do anything.
Load in a different Ministry Mayor's the hat for me real quick. Just load in like...
We're at time rainbows. And now you're saying this?
Just do rainbows. You need to test the armor before we can leave anyways. Rainbow also has a hat. Make sure that works. I'm gonna find out none of them work for some stupid reason. No, rainbows works.
Wait.
What do you mean, wait?
Okay, these are all in the correct position. I don't know what the tail's there for, but
it's there to make sure that it sets right, no matter how the body moves.
Yeah, I know, but it means that if I drag and drop it to lock, it will lock to all bones, including ones that aren't going to be used, and that can cause a lot of mayhem. I said I have to manually do like selections and stuff.
Them. I'm pretty sure I thought I did. At least this one works.
Yeah, so that looks like it works correctly. This one, the rarities just doesn't work.
Rarities isn't working.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe this works. Okay, it's just rarities.
Okay, well, we got we got motion on her in the first one. I moved her head. This one, I just need to get it. This was a double check quick.
They're important artifacts, yes. They cannot be allowed to burn up the atmosphere. We must spend billions of dollars to bring the pony boards
Yeah, because
back.
if I want to have it on this shot to have her eyes visible, I'd have to turn her head quite a bit, and then it's even barely. So I want to be able to pull the hair back just a couple inches so that you can see her eyes.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's not emotional, and it's disconnecting from the person if you can't see their eyes. So that's what I want to do.
I will clean up the hair.
But I'm thinking that's where the jiggle normally is down here, and if I try to pull it down from here, it's probably going to stretch it really weird. So that's where I'm like, if the hair was its own bone as well as a jiggle, it'd be great. But I don't know.
I will make adjustments to Rarity's hair.
There we go. We're all done there. Where are we going to send you guys? Oh wow, he's actually playing a game. Star Sign Cowgirl.
Yeah,
Playing Overwatch. People still play Overwatch. It's been 84 years.
I haven't done Pony Roulette in a while.
We do Pony Roulette almost every time.
No. The last 2 times you didn't do Pony Roulette.
No, we're not doing Pony Roulette. What is he doing? Oh, he must be doing phone surgery. I'm not sure what Switch is doing. Let's go to
Later Sunset.
I don't think we've done Star Song in a little bit.
Star Song is the cutest one here, so I'm fine with that.
Could have got boobies.
Oh wow, they got boobies today.
Michael, no, you're not supposed to like that because it's not horse.
No, it's just it's surprising is all.
It's not horse.
It's not.
Well, then you can't go there.
I didn't say that. She's drawing a horse. Look, that horse just got bonked on the head.
No, it's a bonk. Yeah, it is a bonk. Oh, it's Mary Mary Bear. I know that. All right, we'll head over there.
I can already tell the pony she's drawing is pretty cute.
We'll be back on Friday. Oh, it's Derpy.
It is a derpy. She gonna attack the.
She wants the followers.
Gonna eat
We had a couple of followers. Thank you, Shadow Viper 8492 and 67 for the new follows, and thank you to Nolin for the cheers. It was 248 bits.
so much bit. It's a little time.
Oh, thank you to Scope for the resub, and thank you to Flitter for the raid while I wasn't here.
Gotta figure out what he did to that Rarity model to break it.
I thought that was
I
exciting.
tested all of these things, and why is it when I transfer them to you, they're broken?
That's why I almost always, when I did anything for public, I would hand it, like Yasho, I gave a couple things before I gave them to people, and I'm like, my files are different than your files. Please make sure that when you download exactly this, that it actually does work. Because you have sometimes more things that are in there than I do or something.
This is why the armor is definitely going to work perfectly fine the first time you download it.
Yep. Anyway, we'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Oh, look at that cute pony. She's drawing one. It's good.
Horsey head.
Uh-huh.